open the door. Some things are a matter of doing.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
And I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing. Well, I'm holding
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Happy Monday morning to you. John Reed, Cody McClure, Sam Beard, Bad News Bubba, kicking off this President's Day, February 16th. A lot to talk about on this Monday. What's up, Cody Mack?
Yeah, good morning. Hello. It's good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Hello. Shout out to everyone in the world. Shout out's not so special when it's to everyone in the world, huh?
That is true.
Good morning to the freaks and everyone in the world. Hello. I'm fine. How you doing?
Me? Oh, me, I'm good.
Yeah. You have your yarmulke on today?
I got my little head warmer on. That's true.
Yes. You come from the synagogue, from temple?
Came from outside where it was a little chilly.
Yeah, a little bit chilly. Looks all right this week, though. Mostly for the most part. Should be a good week. Should be a fine week.
Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really have any information.
No information?
No. Nothing really standing out. I got an area rug and some new curtains.
Nice.
So yeah.
New place is coming along.
Nothing really standing out. What else? I had to get a new Keurig because mine's shot. 13 years I've had it, which I feel like, 13 years are pretty good for a small appliance. I'll take that. I feel like that's a pretty good draw.
How many coffees do you think you went through in that 13 years with that?
Quite a lot, because I used to use it every day before I got on the Starbucks. I mean, it had taken some use. It got some use over the years. But it finally just quit. Like, I don't know, the motor kind of, you'd push the button to brew the cup, and it would do everything normal up to that process, and then it would just go, and it wouldn't stop. It kept, like, it's like the Keurig's dying breath was, so, and I tried unplugging it and plugging it back in and resetting it and doing that a couple of times, and it kept not working. So I said, okay, well, I think she's just shot. So I threw her in the dumpster, and I felt bad when I did it. You kind of grow attached to them, after a while. A lot of good memories with that Keurig.
I felt bad when I threw my old air fryer out.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
You had a good relationship with it?
Yeah, a lot of good meals that I made in that thing.
Did it eventually just start going, yeah?
It was more just like really loud whenever I'd cook, and it kind of sounded like there was a plane taking off in my kitchen.
Yeah, well.
So it was time to get a new one.
Overblown motor, I guess.
Yeah.
Something. Anyway, R.I.P. to the Keurig. I almost bought one of those Nespressos. I'm pretty close to Zen points on being able to get an espresso. So I thought about getting that instead, but I decided to just get this. They had the low single cup, like the cheapest Keurig. They had it on rollback at Walmart for like $44. I was like, that's all I really need it for.
Was it like the single, you fill 1 cup worth of water basically, and that's your coffee machine?
Yeah,
that's what I have.
The reservoir is only 30 ounces.
Yeah.
But it's nothing for me to just fill the thing. Like I don't know, $40 for a Keurig. I said, okay, yeah. So I had $100 Walmart gift card that I forgot I had. So I spent the rest of the money on just the area rug and some curtains. So that's the highlight of my weekend.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, just buying items. How was yours, Sam?
I had a good weekend. Can't complain one bit. Woman came in town, had a good time.
Ooh, you dog, you.
Watched some baseball.
I was wondering why you look so sleepy.
Watched the opening baseball series. Went to Texas Roadhouse last night.
Can't beat that weekend with a stick.
That's
Can't beat
about
that
as
with
good
a
as it
stick.
gets.
Blaine Brown,
Stud.
monster. How about him?
A lady and Texas Roadhouse.
3 home runs and 5 RBI in his opening weekend series. How about that?
Like George Jones once said, it just don't get any better than this.
What'd you get? What's the go-to order at Roadhouse?
I got me a steak, a baked potato, and a Caesar salad.
Still inexplicable that they let you get a salad as a side there for no upcharge. Every other restaurant, it's like, oh, it's $3 for a salad. Shut the hell up. If Texas Roadhouse can still give me 2 really if I wanted. If I said I want both sides to be a salad, they don't charge you nothing extra, and they give you rolls.
They got a nice little house salad too.
Oh yeah, my favorite in town.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Caesar man.
That's fine.
But I respect a house salad.
Well, I used to not be a Caesar salad man, but recently I have become a Caesar salad man. Not to the point where I order one out, but when my old lady fixes them or she gets one, I do pick at it and I do like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I still go with the house salad myself. But I have become a bit of a fan of a Caesar salad.
I mean, I know it was 6:30 on a Sunday afternoon or whatever, but that place is just swamped.
It's packed all the time.
Always.
24/7.
Packed all the time.
You go to the mall, by the mall?
Out here by Turkey Creek.
Oh, okay.
I have a little bit better luck with that one from time to time, but the one at the mall, you're fighting to get a parking spot at any time of day.
Yeah, that one's brutal. The one in Powell is just as bad.
Never been there.
Those people out in Powell, they love their Texas Roadhouse. And then the other one, I guess they got one at the old Easttown Mall out that way, right?
I've been to that one before, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
I pretty much stay out west. I don't move too much past west if I can help it.
Some great hospitality there too. When we sat down, they were like, "Have y'all ever been here?" And I was like, "I have." And she was like, "I haven't." And so they just brought out some card and they were like, "Circle 3 sides that you want to experiment here, and we'll bring them out to you."
Oh wow, how about that?
Got a taste test on the side?
I guess they're giving out taste tests.
They haven't asked me that in a while, but I'm gonna start telling them no, I ain't never been here.
I'd like to try 3 orders of loaded cheese fries, please.
Just bring me 3.
Sir, I see you 3 times a week. What do you mean you haven't been here?
Bring me 3 of the salads. I forget things, okay? I couldn't remember if I'd been here or if it was Logan's.
It's a lot better than Logan's, I can tell you that. Last time I went to a Logan's, it was terrible. The Roadhouse is always, it's just a good standard. You know, they're usually very solid.
Was a good weekend for me. Movies on Friday.
Yeah, what was the review on that one?
Wuthering Heights. It's hard for me to give a spoiler-free review on this one.
Okay.
Well, go ahead and spoil it.
No, I don't want to spoil it for people. I mean, on one hand, it is like based on a book from like 1830. So like story's been out there for a while. But on the other hand, a lot of people on the internet are complaining that it doesn't really follow the book. And then I notice that I guess the director or whoever is in charge of the movie did a little interesting trick where they named it the same thing. But if you look on the movie poster, it's in quotes, which people are saying that was her basically saying it's kind of like this story you're familiar with, but really I'm going to do what I want with it. I didn't know what the story was, but I didn't know what I was expecting. But again, I don't want to give – you could check my Letterboxd if you want the review, but I don't don't want to spoil it for anybody that might not have gotten to see it. And then Saturday, Valentine's Day, I like to sneak into Wasabi's right when it first opens. Get in there. No, I don't go to the grill. Too big of a line. But it was a complete free-for-all. It was a complete madhouse because I guess everybody wanted to get there right when it opened. And I like sitting outside, where the, just the regular tables are. And apparently that is just a free-for-all. So that led to some awkward moments of asserting our dominance. And just as soon as the first table opened, we just went and sat down at it and got some dirty looks from some people. Because they're like, these people just got here. Didn't matter. First come, first serve. Nobody was running to it.
You got to know how to work the system.
We had then there was a table next to us that had like 4 people, including some kids, and they were sitting there before we were, and we had our food before they had even ordered, and they were fuming.
I had brunch yesterday with like 5 frat guys, and that was kind of annoying because there was a bar and it's open seating.
Oh, I was going to say, how did you end up there?
Well, I just sat. So there's like 6 places at this bar, and I sat kind of in the middle, and I saw these bros behind me, and they had a group. You know how these guys are, and I could tell that they were like looking for somewhere to sit. And I said, "Hey, fellas, if you guys want to get here, I can move down to the end if you all want to sit together." And oh yeah, thank you, bro. And that, man, they were loud and they were drunk and they were having a good time. But it just, and I appreciate that because I like to be loud and drunk sometimes too. But it just wasn't the vibe for me on a Sunday morning, or Sunday at noon or whatever. But they were having a good time. Good for them. They were getting ready to watch some golf.
Yeah, yesterday was just all golf for me.
I asked them if they were gambling on the 500, and they said, "What do you mean? The 500? They're running the 500 this afternoon. What's the 500?"
Did you?
They were talking about Scotty Scheffler doing something. I said, "Oh, I'm watching NASCAR. Don't mind me."
Did you pick a winner?
I tried. I didn't get my guy. The guy that won it was nobody. That final 2 laps is it's a crapshoot sometimes. So
look at big Michael Jordan though, getting him a championship.
Don't look at what he did after.
I did see that. Very strange. Very strange, but like when I saw it, I was like, does everything have to just be weird now?
I mean,
but then I was thinking,
it was like 6 squeezes of a little kid's ass.
No, I know. Then I was thinking, well,
what happened? Michael
Jordan's caught in 4K squeezing some little white boy's ass multiple times. No. And the kid does not seem into it at all. It doesn't. And when I say,
what if he was? I think that'd be worse.
When I mean into it, I just mean he's just not playing along. Like he does not find it funny. It is not as if it is an inside joke between those two where like there's some type of reaction. But then I was thinking, did any old man ever squeeze my ass like that or give me a pinch? And I was like, no, not really. I did have an uncle that would grab the inside of my leg a little too close from time to time and give me a Charlie horse.
Oh,
yeah, but he'd get a little too tight, a little too low, and that always kind of bothered me a little bit. And I told my dad one time, I was like, "Hey, can you tell Uncle to quit doing that?" And then it quit happening. But then I was thinking, did anybody ever just squeeze my ass like that? And I was like, no, I don't think so. So very weird for Michael Jordan to celebrate winning this championship by doing that. And then you find the pictures of him and Puff Daddy, and Diddy Combs. They were friends.
Canceling MJ
just raises some questions, but it was a good weekend of redemption. Anthony Kim, Colin Morikawa, 2 guys getting back in the winner's circle. Redemption for the NBA All-Star game. Now, not All-Star Saturday night. Saturday night was about as bad as it gets, but Sunday they actually, I thought, did pretty good with the actual playing of basketball. So a weekend of redemption. Bad news, Bubba. How are you, my friends?
I am alive and well.
Yeah?
This Monday morning. Yes, sir.
Good deal. Get a little bit extra sleep this morning?
No. I just went to bed really late, so.
You gotta stop living that way, brother.
Yes,
Gotta
sir.
stop living that way. Gotta take care of your body.
Yep.
Gotta take care of your mind.
Yes, take care of your body. Yes.
Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was pretty ideal from what I wanted from a weekend.
Well, there you go.
Minus football, everything was there.
Are you tired from the weekend too? Did you find you a lover to
No, sir.
to spend time with like Sam did?
My Valentine.
Pamela Henderson.
An extra ticket to the emo party on Friday?
Nah, I couldn't get one of those.
Damn. Rats.
Also, I saw because I had people that I knew that went there. It looked pretty lame.
Wow.
I mean,
I figured there's a good
if
chance
it's just
it
a
would be.
DJ spinning the tunes, but you're in a crowded room with very overpriced drinks and experience, I'm okay with that. For hopes of finding a goth baddie, no thank you.
Speaking of emos, there's a music venue in Austin, Texas called Emos, and I have 2 free tickets to go see the Red Clay Strays there. If anybody wants to go, Zen has gifted me as a premier customer. They've gifted me 2 tickets to see the Red Clay Strays.
Okay.
Problem is lodging and travel are not included.
Yeah.
So
what dates?
Sometime in April. I want to say April 18th or something like that.
You have to buy those with the points, or they just gave them to you?
You have
already?
to use your points.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not that many points.
So you'll have an espresso machine by then.
Oh, but you haven't actually used them. You haven't used
Probably
the points to go. Oh.
Yeah, no, but I have enough, and it's 2 free tickets.
They haven't gifted you yet. You have the option to be gifted. I thought they just sent you.
Yeah,
I was going to say that is not a good sign for the Red Clay Strays that they're just sending all the Zen people free tickets in Austin. Please go.
No, I can choose to go if I want to.
There was a couple at Wasabi's that they did look emo, and I think they bumped into the table, and luckily they didn't knock anything over, but he bumped it pretty hard. And he turned around, he was holding his girl's hand, leading her through to the grill, bumped it, and then just looked around and said, "My bad," and then just kept moving. I'm like, I'm glad it didn't spill over. I hate to have to beat some 16-year-old kid's ass in here.
She was like, "You're bad."
Yeah, but then I was like, are they going to the emo nights? Is that where they're headed?
I thought you were going to say.
Were they chubby?
No, they weren't chubby, but they were the super, super skinny.
I thought you were going to say he knocked it over and said, "I don't even care."
Well, that's kind of what he did. I mean, that was the sense of his "my bad" was it wasn't his bad at all. He did not have any sympathy in his "my bad,"
bro.
But luckily, nothing spilled, because that would have been a very awkward situation. And by awkward, I don't think I think he was probably at least 18, but I wouldn't have beat his ass. But I would have been mad. But luckily, nothing happened.
Well, that's good.
Good weekend. We'll dive into some sports coming out of the weekend. A lot to dissect, a lot to discuss. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hey, VOLS fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, "I've got your back." That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Talked about a weekend of redemption. We didn't even mention the local boy with his redemption. Ethan Berg, how about it? Big Aton with 18 minutes, knocking down a couple threes, scoring 8 points, helping Tennessee get another ball handler on the floor, playing pretty well in his return to action for the Vols as Tennessee was able to win an ugly one, an ugly game, but a must-win game as they took down LSU 73-63.
Oh boy, yeah, that was. I had kind of processed that one and moved on. 5-leg parlay.
Oh no!
First 4 legs hit.
Oh no!
Last leg, I had juiced the Vols to cover 10.5. And I kept going back and forth on the slider. I was like, 9.5, 10.5, 9.5, 10.5. Let's go 10.5. Brutal.
Yeah, that is brutal.
I needed one more foul there at the end, and it looked like they were trying. They thought about fouling, and then they didn't foul. I said,
that's a bad feeling.
God.
To me, that's kind of the low point. To me, that's when I feel the worst about gambling. Is at the end of the game when I am either sweating a foul to happen or not happen.
Yeah.
It's like a 7-point game, and I'm like, don't foul, don't foul, don't foul. Oh, no.
Yeah, and then they do, or they don't.
Or you're begging for a foul, like, foul, no. And then I'm like, okay, this is – or backdoor cover or other way. I'm just like, this is whenever you realize this is a problem. This is sad. Yeah.
Well, I still made money because I was like 9 out of 9, like which some of them were juiced down with, bigger odds. But like earlier in the day, I had Duke and Michigan covering. I had Louisville winning, Purdue winning. Like literally everything went my way. And I had hit one earlier in the day, and then I tried another one and didn't work out. But Vols just couldn't blow that lead open.
No, credit to LSU, who has nothing to play for, and they were shorthanded. For some reason, they were playing inspired basketball. It was annoying. I had a little bit on Tennessee to score 80 points, so I was a loser in that game too.
Yeah.
Nothing worse when your team plays an ugly game and you lose money on it. I was just like, whatever. Snap and clear.
Boys had to work for it, but got another nice little conference win.
I won't call it a nice conference win, but we got a conference win. It was another one, and we're on pace to try to get to 9-4, like we talked about, get to 19-7, and kind of reevaluate. Tennessee, we'd kind of circled that 6-game stretch and said, hey, 5-1 is the absolute floor. That's the goal. And as long as you beat Oklahoma on Wednesday night, you will have accomplished that goal as you get set to have your final, 5-game stretch run of the regular season.
I do think Oklahoma will be the toughest of this 3-game run. They seem to be getting it together a little bit as opposed to LSU and Mississippi State, yeah. Yeah, Oklahoma's playing better basketball the last couple of games. So,
yeah, I mean, really going back to, really going back their last 6 games, they've played fairly well in most of them. They lost to Missouri in overtime. And really, you go back, they lost to Alabama by 2 a couple games before that. Lost a close one to Arkansas. They were up most of the game against Texas, and then just Texas went on a big run, and they couldn't score. Kentucky kicked their ass, but then they beat Vandy. at Vandy and then beat Georgia down. So, yeah, they are playing better, like Cody said.
Calipari said after they played Arkansas, he said that those boys are not bad. They're trying to figure it out, but they're going to get somebody. And then they got Vanderbilt. So it's not a team you can take lightly. They beat Vandy, and then they beat Georgia Saturday, right? So they're playing better.
Sam, what were your takeaways from Tennessee's double-digit victory? That's what I'm gonna have to refer to it as a double-digit victory against LSU to make me feel a little better.
I think for me, just the biggest takeaway is like 4 straight games of really, really solid JP Estrella play of getting, double digits and close to 10 rebounds. He's had 7, 8, 9 rebounds the last couple games, getting there into the double-digit mark. I feel like he's kind of becoming that number 3 that everyone was kind of looking for, in the first couple months of the season. It kind of feels like that pecking order kind of starting to get established a little bit.
It's not always pretty with him, but I do think, he's our best bet to be that consistent third scorer. Like he will throw a stinker out every now and then, and he will be frustrating. 4 of 13 at Kentucky. If he's a little bit better in that game, you win it. But you could have said that about all the big men. He is your most consistent option, though, as a scorer. You're 100% right about that. And it's an easy win on that promotion. No free pub after we gave all the free pub to Wasabi's and Texas Roadhouse. But the gas station's giving away Gator lights whenever those two guys combine for 20 points, JP and Gillespie. So it's free. It's a free Gator light most games. But, man, have you guys had that? They are not good.
I like them.
You like them?
Yeah.
Well,
you like them too, Bubba?
Yeah, I mean, they do their job. They got a little extra salt.
Well,
in
I'm
them,
not saying they don't do their job. I'm just saying I don't like the taste.
You don't like the salty taste.
Yeah, I don't like the taste.
Which color did you get?
I've been stocking up because I'm like, hey, maybe a night after boozing, or if you're feeling a little dehydrated, or it'd be nice to have them. They're free. I've gotten the orange. Last night I had to get the tangerine, and it wasn't very good. That was the only thing they had.
Get the blue one.
The blue one?
Yeah.
I've gotten the orange, and I got the lemon lime, but I haven't tried the lemon lime
Get
yet.
the blue.
Okay.
You're not going to like the salty taste regardless, probably. But but that's the electrolytes.
Are you getting the regular or the zero?
That's a good question. I don't know for sure. Because last night, like I said, there was only one option left. I just grabbed it. I guess people had already cleaned them out. I'm like, I'm not going to be too picky because it's free, whatever. I will say it is noted, though, they went from 24-ounce sodas to 20-ounce sodas. They're trying to cut us there. And I'm a mellow yellow man, and they don't make 20-ounce mellow yellows apparently anymore, at least not at this gas station.
I don't like how you can't buy a can anymore.
You can still buy cans. There's 16-ounce cans.
Yeah, it's a big can. It's not the same.
It is not the same. You're right.
I miss being able to that's why I got a little gas station close to me, ran by an Indian fella, and he still sells cans in there. 99 cents, 12-ounce cans for 99 cents.
Pretty solid.
Which I appreciate. Sometimes I just want a couple of cans,
Tennessee did not get an efficient scoring night from Nate Ament, but he scored 22 points, grabbed 9 rebounds. If I had told you that before the game, you would have locked it in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wasn't pretty, but I will say he continues to improve and be really consistent and solid at the free throw line, which I appreciate. He had struggled a bit at the beginning of SEC play with free throws, and I give him all the credit for kind of improving and fixing that problem. To go 10 of 11 from the line, that is almost as good as it gets. Obviously, 11 for 11 would be as good as it gets, but 10 of 11 really, really damn good. And he needed it because he didn't have a great shooting night. 6 of 19 from the field, but he still found a way to scratch and claw his way to 22 points to get to his new average. That's kind of what I look at now with him. His new average is 22 points a game.
Roll the ball out there and score 20.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with him. Go out there. He'll get to 20 one way or the other. And then you hope that somebody else can step up. And JP Estrella did. He was your second scorer. Not a loud night by Jacoby Gillespie by any means. He had 12 points, which is a little light. Would have liked a little bit more from him. But all in all, just to me, this game was just about surviving. Just don't lose. Get out of there. Valentine's Day, a weird crowd, dark mode, just a whole weird vibe. It's a game against an opponent you don't really want to be playing.
Yeah, Saturday was an interesting vibe because you had the Valentine's people out and about, but you also had baseball going on. You had basketball going on. Some people were going straight from the basketball game or from the baseball game to the basketball game and making it a double dip kind of day.
Shout out to those people for being that vaulted up that they're like, hey, you know what? Let's just go watch 6 hours, 7 hours of sports. And then the games might not be good because you knew you were going to kick Nichols' ass. Like, no offense to them, but that's their job. They come down here to get beat. Tennessee dominates those opening series. And then you had a pretty good idea you're going to beat LSU. So for all the people that were willing to give their whole Saturday to watching some pretty sloppy sports, you were rewarded by Blaine Brown at least. Like he had a stud performance, and you got to watch a future top 10 pick in Nate Ament play, but wasn't a lot of good action.
There were quite a few people out and about during the day too. At Market Square, they had some kind of festival or something going on there.
Oh, okay.
In the square, so there were people out and about Saturday. It was a good day for the local economy.
Tennessee improved to 8-4 in the SEC. Like I said, 18-7 overall. Nothing really changes in terms of their net ranking. They're kind of holding steady right there at 22. Still 4-7 against quad one teams. I guess if you're looking for some good news coming out of the weekend, Syracuse won again. So they're, as long as they can stay in the top 75, you can kind of keep them out of the quad two. They were able to win this weekend. Although Texas A&M, on the other hand, is slipping, man. We talked about Texas A&M. I am now convinced they're going to miss the tournament.
Well, they they started off hot, 7-1 in league play,
and I thought they were going to be a key tiebreaker for Tennessee because like when it's a multi-team tie in the standings, they start going by like your record against the top of the league. And I thought, Tennessee's going to be 1-0 against Texas A&M, and that might come in handy later on in the year if they're like in first or second in the SEC. Nope, that's not going to do us any good as they have fallen all the way to, what is this, 8th?
Well, they lost to Missouri last week, and then who beat them Saturday?
They got beat on Saturday by, who was that? Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt beat them by 13. Yeah, Vanderbilt kind of just handled them fairly easy. It was a big win for Vanderbilt to kind of get back on track. There's a log jam right there with 4 teams at 8-4. If you're looking at, 3rd place, 4th place, 5th place, and 6th place in the SEC, of course. One of the target goals here is always to stay in the top 4 in the conference.
Well, we've got 3 opportunities left against those teams to kind of separate ourselves. I mean, because you get Vandy twice and you get Alabama again.
You'll lose any tiebreaker to Kentucky, of course, as they beat you both times. If there is just a 1v1 comparison there for seeding. But, yeah, you have a chance to take care of Alabama, to be have a sweep against them. You already won the tough one on the road. And then, of course, you got Vandy coming up this weekend in Nashville.
Yeah, you could still have a pretty good mark against those teams if you're able to beat Vanderbilt twice.
Yep. Second in the SEC is still firmly on the table. Arkansas is a game ahead of you. Arkansas, the schedule.
It's tough.
The schedule for Arkansas, they at least go to Alabama on Wednesday night. They still got a trip at Florida to come, and then at Missouri to finish the year, and then some home games sprinkled in there. But still a chance you can catch them and get all the way up to second in the SEC. I think the ship is sailed to catch Florida.
Yeah, it seems that way. Seems like they're probably going to win the league.
Yeah.
They took care of business against Kentucky, beat them up pretty good.
It is after Wednesday, though. It'll be resume time for Tennessee, as over their final 5 games, 4 of those are set to be quad 1 games. So Tennessee already with 11 of those games, you can most likely pencil in 4 more. We'll see if all the ones that are currently quad 1 stay there. Kentucky's kind of teetering right there in the top 30. We talked about Syracuse teetering inside the top 75. Maybe that changes a little bit. But, yeah, right now on paper you got 4 more quad 1 opportunities.
Which would be probably Vandy twice, Alabama and Missouri on the road.
That is correct.
That'd be your 4 tough ones there.
Yep. Oklahoma does not fit that threshold, and neither does South Carolina. South Carolina's all the way down at 112th right now. So,
yeah,
they don't really have a chance of sneaking in to the top 75 by then. So
we'll see how the road games go at Vandy and Missouri. I'd like to at least get a split there.
Sure.
But you're looking at you should be able to end the regular season, I would think, on a nice 3-game win streak. You get back to Thompson Bowling. Now there are 2 of those are going to be tough games, but you'll have Alabama and Vanderbilt at home, along with the trip to South Carolina to close the year. So I'd like to win the last 3. Win those home games,
It's hard to get too excited to look too far down the road whenever you realize, like, oh, wow, we were tied with LSU with like 10 minutes left or whatever it was. Like, that's a terrible team. And, it's hard to give this team too much credit for not laying stinkers or have too much confidence that they don't lay stinkers. But I do agree with what you said. Typically at home in big games, we play well. So I do think the last 2 against Alabama and Vandy, you'll get Tennessee's best performance.
We simply do not lose to teams in this conference other than Kentucky the last month. So,
well, yeah, I mean, and that's been the case the last couple of years in terms of at home. Like, you typically don't lose at home unless it's to Kentucky for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a split at Vandy and Missouri. I'd take 1-1 there, I guess, but I want to win the rest of them.
We'll get a vibe check from the people over in the YouTube comments. We'll check in on the freaks, see what they say. Feel free to let us know what you think. You can shoot us a tweet. You could post in there. And I'll even open the phone lines up for you this last segment of the hour. If you want to talk some Tennessee basketball or anything from the Tennessee weekend, you know the phone number, but in case you don't, it's 865-966-3435. We'll talk some more basketball. We'll check in on the ladies. Any other baseball notes maybe we need to get to? We'll finish this hour 1 up of Tennessee stuff. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
Hey, it's Russell Smith here for ECR Total Landscapes. I had the ECR crew out to my house last year to remove multiple trees on my property, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the work they did. Not only did they cut down several trees that were too close to my house, they also grinded the stumps and cleaned up the work site, leaving my yard looking better than before. Take it from me. If you've got a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree that's threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Do what I did. Call ECR Total Landscapes for a free estimate. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. 865-384-2012. That's 865-384-2012. Your local tree cutting experts. These guys get the job done. Check out their website, ECRTotalLandscapes.com.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah. They specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
The chat showing a lot of love to the softball team. Softball team with the weekend.
Hell yeah.
David writes in, the Diamond Vols look good under Elander, but the Diamond Lady Vols will be number one today after the dominant weekend they had in Clearwater. How about the ladies?
I saw that they roughed up Florida State, was it?
They roughed up UCLA even
everybody.
worse. UCLA was number 6 in the country, and they beat them 11-0.
Wow.
So, yeah, no, it was an impressive showing. The toughest game they had was the first one against number 11 Nebraska. On Friday, they beat them 4-1. James Madison, I don't know why they were there. They were kind of like the weird dragon meme, or maybe the clown military.
We play softball too.
They came in unranked, got beat 11-0. But then, yeah, number 23 Florida Atlantic got blanked 8-0. Number 6 UCLA got blanked 11-0. And then number 7, Florida State. Tennessee allowed them to score 1 run, but they got beat 9-1.
So we think the ladies are going to be the number 1 team in America.
Man, if you come out of that weekend against 4 ranked teams, and you win the weekend 43-2, which was the overall score, the combined score, 43-2. And again, you beat number 11 Nebraska, number 23 Florida Atlantic, number 6 UCLA, and number 7 Florida State. 43-2.
Yeah.
You should probably be number 1 in the country.
That's a pretty good run of games there.
Seems as if the offense as good as ever under.
You still got Carlin Pickens, right?
That's right.
She's a stud.
Seems as if they got a couple other pitchers too this year. They're trying to keep her a little bit fresher. She came in some relief duty, and then yesterday against Florida State didn't start the game, but I don't think she started the game, did she?
I think she came in.
She came in relief, yeah. Right? Yeah. They've been kind of bringing her out of the bullpen a little bit, but yeah, it seems as if they got a couple other arms this year. They're trying to sprinkle in.
You lost that girl to Texas Tech.
You did
last year, but it'd be good to see. It'd be nice to beat them, after they tried to just buy their way to championships.
Not sure. 396 in the chat says Lady Vols 76-4 run differential for the entire season. So yeah, 43-2 is impressive. 76-4 also impressive. And it has been like they've been doing it against good teams. They haven't just been beating up on nickel states of the world. They've been beating top 10 teams.
Well, I won't pretend to know what the league looks like, but it's usually pretty good. You usually have several SEC teams ranked in the top 10. So we'll see how they fare in conference play. See if they can run through this thing and prove their dominance. Who's do you happen to know who is at the top right now? Is Oklahoma?
I mean, I was going to say typically
Texas Tech, I think, is number 1.
Are they?
But they're not. You're talking about just in conference, right?
Just in America.
Okay. Texas Tech. Yeah. Texas Tech's going to be up there. And then I guess Oklahoma is always up there, but it does seem like they've slipped a little bit in recent, at least in the regular season. I know they're still an absolute tank when it comes to the postseason, but they at least lose games now in the regular season.
Well, it's good to have a great contender to support. Be cool to get us another natty.
Although, did you see Dr. Danny?
Mm-mm.
Dr. Danny got on Twitter after one of the wins, maybe it was the UCLA, 11-0 shutout, and he quote tweeted and said, "Are you not entertained? Hashtag everything school." And it was just met with nonstop replies about, "No, go to hell, Danny. Fix football. Yeah, softball's cool, but we want to be good at football. We ain't forgot what you did to Tony Vitello, Danny. Shut the hell up. Don't start tweeting now."
Well, yeah. He's not the most likable guy, I guess.
No, but I think he should be allowed to celebrate the softball team having a dominant weekend.
It's probably the everything school comment that upset people.
Yeah. We're over the everything school thing, right? Seems as if most people are over that.
Well, when football goes 8-4, that's it's like we said with that talent fee. Once football goes 8-4, that's kind of out the window.
I don't think it would have been much better even if you had the non-talent fee. Like I don't know how much more angry people got at going 8-4 just because the tickets were 10% more expensive.
It's compounded anger.
Yeah,
I would say.
I think we just hate going 8-4 as well.
Yeah.
It was more so the 8-4 mixed with losing Tony Vitello. I think that made people
and the need
angry.
to constantly be bitching about something. You got to throw that in there.
That is important. It is important to be able to be angry about something.
Right. Can't be content. But it's fine. I mean, I understand. If people are angry, let them be angry. I mean, I was angry at going 8-4. I didn't tweet about it, but that's how some people choose to express themselves.
Not everybody has the platform we have, though.
Yeah, I can get all my anger out on the radio.
Yeah. We typically do our rant and
sometimes you got to tweet. I mean, you do you, folks. Do what you got to do. Who am I to gatekeep mediums?
Poor Danny just wanted to try to celebrate with the wins and was just met with, "Go to hell. Shut the hell up.
Go back where you came from.
You forget we lost to Vandy. Fix football."
You go Pavia. That's everything school there at Vanderbilt. Look what they're doing. They actually, they are kind of doing big things. Their women's team was on the one line yesterday, I saw.
Did you watch any of our women?
Yeah. I mean,
Great
valiant
second
effort.
quarter.
What?
Great second quarter.
Yeah, that's how it goes with Kim's teams.
Held them to 10
good,
points.
Pretty good fourth quarter. I mean, valiant effort. We made it tight at the end, made it close. We hit three as Talasia Cooper buried 3 threes. We went on a 9-0 run. I think she hit all 3. I could be wrong, but I thought she did. But we were down 10, 62-52, and then she buries some triples.
I will admit I gave up on the ladies.
I was watching right there at the end because I was flipping back and forth between that and the 500.
I'd watched most of the game on my phone. I had the golf on TV, and I had the game on my phone. And I'd actually sprinkled a little Tennessee money line before the game. It was like plus 430. I said, I'll support the ladies. Let's see. They're going to keep it close. They're going to play hard. I was like, might as well take it. And then they get down 6, and I got like a cash out for like 40% of my money. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to take my money back.
Just forget about this.
And then I cut the TV off. I saw a tweet that said we're down 10. I said, okay, yep, that's enough. And then I, in my group chat, started talking about it. And I pulled back up my phone and had it paused. So I was able to catch up, and I watched, and I just watched it start raining threes. I was like, oh my God, are we about to win? And then I saw 2 of maybe the worst foul calls I've ever seen. At least one.
That was just terrible.
At least,
terrible. Our girl got fouled on the rebound.
At least maybe the single worst foul call I've seen.
Yeah, back to back. I know what you're talking about. Terrible.
And, that ends up costing the game. And I got to say, Kim, I'm not on Cody's train of firing you.
I never said that. Not of sober mind.
I don't think you were drunk in here on.
You don't know that.
I don't know that for sure. You are right about that, but I don't think you were drunk.
I never said of sober mind to fire Kim.
I'm not on that train of firing Kim Caldwell, but I gotta say, baby, girl, like, what are we doing here? We gotta draw a play up at one point. Like, we had 2 possessions with a minute left, with a chance to go win the game, and you pretty much got 0 shots. I know you got 1 heave at the backboard and missed. Like, we got to do something.
Yeah, my friends were quite critical in my group chat of her not drawing up any plays. They said that whiteboard's been blank the whole game.
I didn't really watch this game, but how is it possible to lose a modern-day basketball game where you are even in the rebounding margin and they didn't hit a 3 the entire game?
Texas didn't hit a 3 the entire game?
They only attempted 6, and they went 0 for 6 the entire game.
Well,
they wanted to
beat
lose.
us on 2s and free throws.
Well, I was going to say, they had a size advantage, and it did seem like they could get something down low whenever they wanted. Now, they didn't shoot good at the rim, but it did seem like they could get there whenever they wanted.
Well, they wanted to lose because they quit going to Madison Booker, too. She's their best player, and they basically took her at it. I mean, she wasn't doing anything the last 5 minutes of the game.
Tennessee, I guess their 3-point numbers actually end up looking okay because they hit their last 3 or 3 of their last 4 at least. But, like, Tennessee wasn't shooting very good from 3 either in that game. Only 11 free throw attempts. I mean, that's not going to help you whenever Texas makes 17 and you only attempt 11. Like, that's how you lose the game, Sam. Like, they get 12 more points at the free throw line was kind of the answer, was kind of the story of that game. But one of the worst foul calls, you need to go find a clip of it, the last minute. Like, you need to watch just to see what it was, because it was, like I said, maybe the worst foul call I've ever seen.
It was pitiful.
But, again, Kim Caldwell and the Lady Vols had 2 chances with a minute left, and they got 1 desperation heave off a backboard after wasting the entire shot clock, and then with 6 seconds left, didn't get a shot. Dribbled right into a double team, couldn't get a shot up. 2 of the worst possessions you'll ever see.
Do you care at all about Vic? I don't know if you saw, but Vic Schaefer's comments after the game, where it's kind of like reinforcing Kim's like mindset and ideology about, just speaking about the team whenever things aren't going well.
Well, I mean, he said that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say he did the same thing.
He called his team quitters in soft too, like the week before.
Mm-hmm.
After they got beat by, was it South Carolina beat them? No, not South Carolina. Who was it? Oklahoma?
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt, yeah. Vanderbilt beat them by like 12 or something the week before. And he said the same thing about them. So I'd say did he support what Kim said?
Yeah, he says like Texas and Tennessee, we're kind of the only 2 with this kind of, willing to go after our team when things aren't going great.
Well, that's nice of him to do, because Dawn Staley kind of threw Kim under the bus a little bit after their game. After she said it, Dawn Staley's like, it's something you probably shouldn't say in public. You say that to your team, blah, blah, blah. So it is nice that like another elite coach in the conference.
Should have been our coach.
Should have been our coach. Like Vic Schaefer, for him to kind of get her back, that's nice. That's nice of him to
Should
kind
have
of
hired him 10 years ago. He'd probably have another national championship by now, or at least a Final Four or 2.
Probably right. I mean, he is a good coach.
Yeah, damn right he is. He's old. He's an old man now.
Yeah.
I mean, but 10 years ago, he was pretty spry.
He's old now, but Texas still
Yeah,
really
they're still good.
Yeah.
Well, they're back on the 1 line,
Yeah.
according to Charlie Cream's latest
Yeah.
bracketology, that a win with yesterday would have put Texas back on the 1 line. So, of course, there ain't nobody going to probably do nothing with UConn this year. Gino and the gals. They sure are dominant. But they ain't playing nobody either. That's an important thing to remember.
They played us.
UCLA, South Carolina.
they played us.
Oh, yeah,
UConn
they
did.
beat the hell out of us. But UCLA, South Carolina, Vandy, those were the other teams on the 1 line. They're playing tough schedules. Like, you look at what they've got coming up. I was looking at a graphic yesterday on the ESPN, and like the RPIs of the ladies teams that are playing.
Sure.
And like UCLA and the SEC teams play very tough competition. Connecticut is playing, like, their next 3 games are against teams in the hundreds in the women's RPI. They don't play anybody.
Yeah, we'll see if
Paul.
it affects them. We'll see if it bothers them when they actually get to the tournament. But, for Kim Caldwell and the ladies, credit for not getting blown out against the top 5 team. Blown out a couple times. No, I mean, it is. But
You're right.
It's also realistic.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
just hate hearing that. They're just not They're not good.
well, they were competitive yesterday.
Well, not really. I mean, they
no, it was
sure,
a
but
two-point game. It was competitive. They
Sure.
had a shot to win the game.
sure,
two
but,
of them.
But the fact that they didn't win, I mean, women's basketball is so, what do you call it? Hierarchical. Because like, that, yeah, what you could beat up on whatever. Like, yeah, you're the 22nd best team in the country, whatever. But you're just not even close to being one of the top teams. Like, it's so, how in men's basketball, like, cream rises to the top or whatever.
The talent gap in women's basketball is typically larger.
The teams at the top are just very clearly at the top.
I just don't know if yesterday would be the day or today would be the day to make that case after you lost by 2 to the number 4 team.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than losing by 40. But I just don't understand why we can't be with those teams when we have the recruiting that we do.
Well, we have the recruiting we do with their freshmen. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, you got a good recruiting class this year. You got another one coming in, but, like, they're freshmen. I think the hope is that next year, when this freshman class gets a little bit older, and then you got Olivia Edwards coming in, that, like, maybe that the talent is there and you're actually among the elites.
If you can keep them together.
Yeah, and if not this upcoming year, the year after that, I think is the idea, because women's basketball, you don't have one and dones. Now, you do have transfers.
Mm-hmm.
You got to worry about that, but
yeah,
you hope that you are a have that doesn't get poached.
Got to hope Texas Tech doesn't decide to be good at women's basketball.
That is what you have to hope. There's your women's basketball segment to go along with your. I know we didn't really do much baseball, but hell, Blaine Brown, shout out to him. He's a story. Tegan Coons, great performance in Game 1. They got me pretty fired up. We'll find out more about them in the next couple weeks. Hour 1 of the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. We'll talk some Joey Aguilar. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life checking account from Citizens National Bank, offering extra benefits including bank travel. This September, experience the perfect fall getaway on the New England Rails and Sails Tour, or join CNB in October to chase the Northern Lights in Iceland. Get in on the fun by calling 865-429-7935.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia, courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys, every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco at Knoxville Smiles. Have you ever wanted to improve the look of your smile? We know firsthand what the power of a great smile means to a person's confidence and health. Our team of doctors can provide you with an array of options for helping you achieve your cosmetic goals. From simply moving teeth into a better position, to reversible cosmetic bonding, to full mouth implant-supported dentures. It is our goal to help patients feel good about their appearance while achieving optimal health. Want to learn more? Call us at 865-539-1776 to schedule an evaluation or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
A jumbo edition of Tuesday Trivia.
Okay, I like it.
They said since Cody only scored 1 point last week, they wanted to give an extra category next question.
I don't think they said that.
You're listening to Talk Sports.
The topics today: general, NFL bad plays, South Park, spelling bee, comedy movies, and something that's been dubbed Cody's category.
We'll call it in the air. As it tells.
What the hell does that mean? Do you want to go first or second? You've already won the toss.
We'll defer to the second half.
Let's go comedy movies for 2.
What iconic car does Doc Brown turn into a time machine in Back to the Future?
I feel like that's a 1-pointer for anybody who knows movies, but I don't really.
Very weird that you would go to a movie category without knowing anything about movies.
Is it a Trans Am?
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Let's see if I can cuck them here. Give me the NFL bad plays for 3.
On Thanksgiving Day in 2012, Mark Sanchez created his most infamous play, the butt fumble, when he collided with this offensive lineman.
Hey, come on. Come on, man. Come on. I don't know.
On 1340 WKGN.
Let's go with let's go with Cody's category for 2.
Cody's category for 2. What color is a fire truck?
Oh, they've insulted me, but it's funny. It's funny.
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. You got a case of the Mondays. Wash them down with the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. Pick you up some. Get your variety pack. Enjoy it. Responsibly, must be 21 or older. Shout out to our boys over at Cherokee Distributing for getting us right here locally. Hour 2 headlines. What you got, Big Mac McClure?
Thank you, John. Former President Barack Obama is clarifying some recent comments he made about alien life existing. I'm sure you saw over the weekend the clip going around of Obama on a podcast saying, yes, aliens are real. And
have they gotten to him? Is he walking it back now?
Well, he says in a post, I was trying to stick with the spirit of the speed round, but since it's gotten attention, let me clarify. Statistically, the universe is so vast that the odds are good that there's life out there, but the distances between solar systems are so great that the chances we've been visited by aliens is low, and I saw no evidence during my presidency that extraterrestrials have made contact with us. Really? Exclamation point, he says. But initially, he said, they asked him about it. He said, oh yeah, aliens are real. He said, I've never seen them, other than in the bedroom when Michelle disrobes. But I've seen them. He just said that he had never been aware of, unless there was a conspiracy against the president, that he had never actually seen, that they weren't at Area 51 like people think. But who knows what Obama's really, I mean, he he's probably got to be careful with comments like this. That's why he's had to walk it back a little bit. I bet Obama's seen an alien or two.
You did not have to take the shot at Michelle.
Big Mike?
That's a nasty, nasty rumor. That's sad.
Yeah. On the surface, you're probably right that it is a nasty rumor, but it seems like all these things come true eventually. I mean, after all this stuff, has been Alex Jones, the guy's been pretty spot on his whole career. He used to just be, we said, that guy's a kook. He doesn't know
Did he not lose like $1 billion lawsuit?
Okay, bring up the one black mark. Yeah, Sandy Hook. He messed up on that one. But
I don't know if you can say he's been pretty on the mark. He lost $1 billion lawsuit.
Nobody shoots 100%.
No, but not everybody shoots for $1 billion either.
Well, that was that was a black mark for him. But I'm saying all that other kooky stuff, we always just, because 10 years ago he said, it's Alex Jones. This guy's a nut, right? He ended up being pretty right about a lot of things.
I don't think we've got anything confirmed that there's alien people. I don't think we've got it confirmed that Hillary Clinton is a demon that reeks of sulfur. I don't know if we've got,
buddy.
I don't know if we've got that.
I don't know. You read into those Epstein files a little bit. They're starting to.
I haven't seen anything about Hillary being a demon in them.
There's some satanic stuff that is pretty. It's gaining some steam from those releases. Now I don't know, how deep it goes, but I know you're not on that side of the interwebs.
I've checked in. I've been checking into the Epstein file releases and the takeaways there for sure.
Tim Burchett could tell you all about. He says the satanic stuff is even deeper than you think. That's a local congressman. But yeah, with the aliens, Obama's kind of walking it back a little bit, but who knows what's real, Well, the NBA All-Star game was yesterday, and looks like Team Stars defeated Team Stripes 47-21.
The last game was a dud, but the first three were really good. Did you watch any of it?
No.
Not 1 second?
No, but I did hear the narrative forming yesterday. I heard everybody's NBA All-Star game back. Is it back? Everybody's like,
Sam, did you watch any of it?
I watched a tiny bit of the start, but I didn't really keep up with it.
Bubba, did you watch any of it?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good deal.
I only saw the clip of the dude in the dunk contest almost snapping his head just completely off when he hit the ground.
I didn't watch any of the Saturday stuff, but I did see the one you're talking about where he knocked himself out on the backboard, basically. Yeah, that was a pretty good representation of what happened. But the Sunday night I thought was really good. Credit to Victor Wembanyama, who we said was going to ruin the NBA. He actually made the boys play hard because he was out there embarrassing them early in the game, just dunking everything and blocking shots. And that kind of led to everyone realizing, hey, we better come out here and actually play or else we're going to get embarrassed. And, game one went into overtime, which was cool. Game two was team OGs against the young American stars. So when I say OGs, of course, I mean LeBron James, Durant, Kawhi Leonard. Steph Curry was on the bench, not playing, but they played against the young guys. And that was an awesome game. That was a buzzer beater. De'Aaron Fox at the buzzer for the win. That was cool. And then in Team World versus old guys to see who got to play in the championship game, that was a classic. That was 48-45. They only played 12-minute games. So 48-45 in 12 minutes. And that was Kawhi Leonard, I guess, reminding everybody who he is, because Kawhi Leonard was awesome in that game and scored 31 points, including hitting the game-winning three. He was awesome. He was awesome in that game, and that was about as good of NBA All-Star basketball that we've had my lifetime, at least since like 2000, 2001. That was awesome. And then they had the championship game where it was old guys versus young guys, and the young guys just blew them off the court. The old guys shot their shots by beating Victor Wembanyama, and they didn't have anything left for the young guys.
I only watched the first couple minutes of the first game, and Wemby was dominating, and I said, I don't want this French guy to just, absolutely dominate the Americans.
Well, that is
So I
exactly
turned
what
it
Anthony
off.
Edwards said.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards said, shout out to Victor because he bullied us all into playing hard, and they had to answer the bell, and Anthony Edwards did answer and played hard and ended up winning MVP. And then was telling Jalen Johnson he can't wait to come back to Atlanta. So shout out to that. Yeah, shout out to that. Shout out to that. Jalen Johnson out here recruiting these boys. Come on home, Anthony Edwards. Come on home.
The fact that they have to be bullied into playing hard, shouldn't they be playing hard anyway?
No, see,
the spirit of competition.
No, see, it's generational. It's generational. And once LeBron and Wade and them got up there, once Kobe left, LeBron and Wade mixed in with Durant and Curry, they just kind of turned it into an exhibition where they're just going to try to basically watch Steph Curry and Dame Lillard shoot 50-foot threes. And that ruined things. And then Luka and Jokic made it even more of a joke. Those guys don't even try at all out there in the All-Star game. But now this new generation, led by Wembanyama, sure, but Anthony Edwards and Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham was playing really hard out there too. I think he had 5 blocks on the night. He was protecting the rim, playing hard.
I saw where Durant called out the foreigners.
Well, Durant called the foreigners out last week, and he was right about it a little bit of hey, you guys just blame me and LeBron. Have you ever watched Jokic and Luka in these games? They don't try at all. They try even less than we do. At least when LeBron's out there messing around, he's still dunking the ball and running. Jokic and Luka Luka don't even cross half court most of the time. Jokic could not be even less bothered to be out there. He's saying, why do you guys blame it on me? Blame it on them too. Blame it on Steph, who just goes out there and shoots 50-foot three-pointers. Why are you yelling at me? But the new guys, Wembanyama, but also, like I said, Anthony Edwards, Cade Cunningham, those guys actually tried. So maybe this is the start of a new generation of saying, hey, we're actually going to go out there and compete and play basketball.
Well, Steph Curry will also be competing in the three-point contest next year. He announced on NBC Sunday.
Oh, okay. That'll be cool.
He won it in 2021 and maybe in some other years. I don't know. LeBron James.
Kind of wild Dame Lillard just went from not playing. He hasn't played in a year to just winning the three-point contest. I didn't even know he was in it. He just all of a sudden came out and was knocking down threes. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? But what's LeBron James going to do?
Says he's still unsure if he'll play a 24th season.
Okay. Enough is enough, LeBron. We all know you're going to play. We all know that you're going to end up in Cleveland on your farewell tour.
He said he wants to live. I just want to live. That's all.
You know what? I can kind of relate to that. Is he saying just hey, just quit asking me questions?
Yeah, he's saying leave me alone. When I know, you guys will know. I don't know. I have no idea. I just want to live. That's all.
I'm sure when the playoffs come, when they get eliminated, he'll do the whole thing where he says he's going to really think about it, but then he'll come back and he's going to do a farewell tour. If there's one thing we know about LeBron James, it's that he's really, really good at basketball. The second thing is that he likes attention.
Right.
He is going to do a farewell tour and let everybody tell him goodbye and give him gifts and do all those things. So, he is going to have a farewell tour next year. Like I said, almost assuredly it'll be in Cleveland.
Derek Carr says he would unretire, but only for the Super Bowl. It would take a special circumstance.
You mean playing in the Super Bowl or being on a team that he thinks can win the Super Bowl?
Yes. He said, would I do it? Yes. Would I do it for anybody? Absolutely not.
Well, I guess that rules out the Jets.
I would want a chance to win a Super Bowl.
He's going to love Indianapolis.
You guys missed your chance, Bubba. You guys are back to being embarrassing. What a ride for Colts fans. From embarrassing to, wow, we might be the best team in the NFL. Let's trade 2 first-round picks for a cornerback. Oh, nope, we suck again.
The MAC is adding Sacramento State to football for the upcoming college football season. They're going to be a long way from the rest of the MAC teams. But the presidents of the conference have voted to add FCS Sacramento State into the league as a football-only member beginning in 2026 this fall. So
Nothing
enjoy that.
tells me Mid-American Conference more than Sacramento.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah. Pretty much all the teams are in Ohio. The vast majority of them. And now they're adding Sacramento State. The wide receiver Parker Kingston is no longer at BYU.
He's going to prison.
Yeah, it appears that way.
Or Tulane.
He's but
Nice,
he's no longer enrolled at the school. He's no longer with the BYU team.
Because their last quarterback, he had the same. He just to be fair to him, he was not accused of assaulting anyone. He just got accused of having sex, right? And at BYU, you can't have sex. But his was consensual, just to be fair to him. And to Tulane, because you made it sound as if they were just taking any sexual deviant. He just had sex like a normal college kid or a normal American, normal human. A little bit different, but it was still a funny joke. Just want to be clear that he wasn't accused of being a criminal.
Get this. The judge said...
Back in the day, that would have been Baylor. We just said, he's going to end up at Baylor. Now it's Tulane.
The judge said he found by clear and convincing evidence that Mr. Kingston was a danger to the community.
Oof.
That's what the judge said.
Oof.
However,
Lock him up.
Then he...
Say, why did he not lock him up?
He allowed him to be released Friday on a $100,000 bond with $10,000 cash immediately paid to the court. Maybe the court needed the money. Can you say a guy's a danger to the community and then say, okay, Mr. Kingston, head into the community? That's essentially what the judge did.
Yeah.
And we still have no ruling on VOLS quarterback Joey Aguilar after his Friday hearing.
We'll dive into that. I know it's a little bit of old news, but it's new to us, damn it. We didn't get a chance to talk about it last week. We'll dive into it a little bit coming up after the break. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life checking account from Citizens National Bank, offering extra benefits including bank travel. This September, experience the perfect fall getaway on the New England Rails and Sails Tour, or join CNB in October to chase the Northern Lights in Iceland. Get in on the fun by calling 865-429-7935.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Surfside is made with vodka, real tea, and real juice, and has only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right. No bubbles, no troubles. That's why Surfside was named the 2025 Spirit Brand of the Year by MarketWatch. Their variety packs come with options: iced tea, lemonade, or green tea. Find your flavor by trying them all. Surfside. Sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older to enjoy. Party smart.
Joey Aguilar had his day in court on Friday in Knoxville with Tennessee people surrounding him. A Tennessee judge, a Tennessee lawyer on his side, and a Tennessee lawyer going up against him as well, which I thought was kind of funny. That guy kept wanting everybody to know, like, hey, I'm a Vol guy. We bleed orange. My son loves Joey Aguilar. I got season tickets. He's a great young man. We respect him.
Well, you'd think with all that, the three of them could get together and do what's best for the Vols here.
We should take that lawyer's season tickets away.
He's just doing his job. He's just doing his job.
Let's hope that the counsel behind closed doors, let's hope that when the judge is in there and it's just him and the lawyers and there's not there's no media, there's nobody in attendance, that it's just, okay, now, boys, what are we going to do to make this right for the Big Orange? How are we going to clear this? How you want me to spin this, Don? Or whatever the lawyer's name is.
Did you watch much of it on Friday?
No, I listened.
Sam, did you watch much of it on Friday?
I heard a little bit of it out here.
Yeah.
I listened.
I was locked in the entire time. It was maddening that the judge had a microphone but just refused to talk in the microphone. That was annoying. Like, he had to realize, like, people were going to be.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, exactly. Except now move it to the very.
Somebody puts a microphone in front of you doesn't mean you go talking to it.
Now move it to the very edge of the table and face it the other way, because that's kind of what he had there.
You can still hear me. You just got to try harder.
It was maddening watching him do that, because like he had to know, like, hey, there's going to be TV cameras in here, or at least streams of this. It's something people are going to care about. But he had no interest in talking into the microphone. It was brutal.
Maybe he didn't know how.
Maybe. If that's the case, maybe he shouldn't be a judge if he doesn't know how to swing a microphone around and talk in front of it. But either way, I will give him credits outside of the microphone. I did think he at least seemed like he was not in the back pocket of Tennessee. Like, compared to the Trinidad Chambliss judge, who was basically Mississippi through and through, I will say that the judge in Joey Aguilar's case at least asked some tough questions.
And you liked that? We need the judge to be in the back pocket of Tennessee.
I'm saying I'm giving him credit for trying to be a blind eye of justice.
Do you want a quarterback or not?
I go back and forth. I know in my heart that Joey Aguilar coming back is best for business. And when I say business, I mean Tennessee being good. I also mean our business of Tennessee being good and at least like giving people some hope. But deep down in my soul, I don't know how much I want to fight for it.
Oh, here we go.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know how much I want to fight for it. That's it.
Time to move on.
Well, there's just a part of me that I do find a lot of this college athletic stuff to be ridiculous.
Well, I hear you. It is ridiculous, but I just want to have a quarterback.
When the NCAA's lawyer just said, like, Tennessee, I'm a Tennessee fan, and we're better than this, I was like, you know what? Hell yeah, brother. We should be better than begging for another year of this, like a 24-year-old quarterback. We should be better than this. I agree, but I'm like, well, we're in the position where we are begging for this. We are not better than this. We are going to lawyer up and go the Ole Miss route and try to sue our way into relevancy. But when he said it, I was like, yeah, hell yeah. There's a couple times I found myself agreeing. He's like, look,
this guy's over here rooting for the NCAA.
It felt gross, but he's a Vol. You know, I was rooting for a Vol lawyer. I was rooting for
student athlete.
Athletes.
Students first.
Whenever the guy's like, hey, it's ridiculous that we're breaking all these rules and blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know what? I agree. He's like, the Joey Aguilar story is great, but it's over. It's time for a news story.
I don't want a news story.
I was like, you know what? I do kind of want a news story.
The news story is 6-6.
And that is the other side of the coin and why ultimately, like I said, I know in my heart the best thing for Tennessee would be to have another year of Joey Aguilar.
The news story is 6-6, and Faison still doesn't get to play. That's the news story. We got to root for Joey.
Sam shaking his head.
The people don't like a sequel, you know?
Some sequels aren't good, man.
Anchorman 2.
Some sequels stink.
I liked Anchorman 2, though. But I'm such a big Anchorman 1 fan, you know?
But every now and then you will find a good sequel. Every now and then you will find a good continuation of the story. And sure.
Anchorman 2 was stupid, but it had its moments. Like, my favorite thing is when he was blind.
I haven't seen it.
You never watched it?
No. I barely liked the first one.
I thought you were a movie guy. You barely liked the first one?
I'm a cinema guy.
The first one is great.
My takes on Will Ferrell have been well documented.
I know. You don't like him. But
I like him.
I
like him, but only as a supporting actor.
The second one had its moments. I do love when he goes blind and they just show it and like they come to visit him and he's eating like things for like a bowl of nails for breakfast or something like that. Like or he drinks like a whole bottle
like you really
of ketchup.
love the scene.
And well,
Are you talking like when he's in the lighthouse or whatever?
Yeah, I'm having trouble explaining it. But like he's drinking like a whole bottle of ketchup because he thinks it's milk. And they're like, well, wouldn't you know as soon as you taste it? I'm blind. He's like, I don't know how many times I have to tell you. I can't see 80% of the way or 90% of the way. I'm 100% blind. He's like, but you would taste it. I didn't do a very good job explaining it, but
sounds like I really missed out.
You just don't like Will Ferrell, I know.
I didn't really like the first one, the rest of it either, just to be fair.
Why not?
It just wasn't meant for me.
Was it the fight scene? It was too stupid. I mean, it's pretty stupid. It hit hard, though, for me at age 11 when the first one came out.
What do you think Tennessee's level of desperation is for Joey Aguilar? It's high, right? Like your level of desperation for Joey sounds high. I know Sam's is because he doesn't want to see George McIntyre. He hates him.
Never been more desperate in my life.
Well, if you don't get him, you go into the year with pretty low expectations.
That's essentially what the judge was trying to ask, and it didn't seem like Tennessee's lawyer, or Joey Aguilar's lawyer, I should say, was prepared for that. Like, he had no numbers. The judge kept asking for numbers, and our lawyers had none. Well, sir, how much money does Joey Aguilar stand to lose? What is the market value for a quarterback? How much money will Tennessee lose? What level of harm are we talking? And the judge and then the lawyer would be like, I don't really know. Can't really quantify it. A lot of this stuff isn't made public, yada, yada, yada. And the judge was not impressed with that answer. And he'd ask another variation of it a little bit later, and our lawyer wouldn't really have an answer for it. I didn't think he had a good performance, Joey Aguilar's lawyer. Like, there was one time where the judge was trying to ask him a question, and like he was like looking down. I know he wasn't scrolling on his phone, but it was almost as if he was scrolling on his phone. And Joey had to be like, hey, he's talking to you. Hey.
Gonna hold this guy in contempt.
Literally, there was one point where Joey had to tap the lawyer and say,
Excuse me.
He's asking you a question, man.
Excuse me.
And the guy's like, so they're trying to agree on like what a market was.
He's
like,
just setting up the moment for him to have the dramatic moment, like Billy Bob and Goliath. He's gonna, at the end of the day, he's
pretending to be like have a limp, and then all of a sudden Kaiser Soze is gonna walk like straight and like drop some good lawyer knowledge or something.
Yeah, he's gonna have like a dominant performance.
There's another time I laughed whenever the judge was like, so do you agree with that? And he stood up and was like, I'm not sure I agree with it, but I also don't know if I understand what you're saying. He's like, I don't think I agree with it, but I'm also not sure what you're even asking, because he wasn't paying attention. And I was like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like, he should be locked in on everything that's happening.
Maybe he's having a bad day.
He might have been having a bad day.
A little grace.
And maybe his lawyering just maybe we're not used to actually being in courtrooms.
Right.
Maybe he's not a bad lawyer. Maybe I'm used to just watching scripted law.
I think that's what it comes down to, is that we don't really know what it's like in a courtroom.
I'm picturing Billy Bob Thornton and Goliath. I'm picturing Matthew McConaughey in A Time to Kill. I'm picturing Tom Cruise. Did you wear the code red?
Yeah, you let a bunch of sports guys.
Elle Woods in Legally Blonde, when she traps her with the perm question. That's about as good of lawyering as it happens in a movie.
Right. You let a bunch of sports guys in the courtroom for the day, and like they don't really know what they're talking about. They don't really know what's going on.
Isn't the first cardinal rule of perm maintenance that you are forbidden to wet your hair for at least 24 hours after getting a perm, at the risk of deactivating the ammonium thioglycolate? I can't say that word. She called her, boom, because the girl who was really the murderer, Cody, said that she was in the shower, right? When the gunshots went off, and she had just heard the gunshot, but she had this brand new perm, and then she had been mean to Elle Woods, saying, I've had like 50 of them in my life. Or really, she's like 2 per month, or 1 per month for 20 years, or so. She had some type of quote and tried.
You're not doing a very good job of explaining.
No, I'm doing a great job of explaining. I got bogged down in the minutia of how many perms, but let's just say she had like 80. Let's just say she had 80 perms. So she says that she couldn't hear it. So then Elle Woods, this cute blonde, is asking questions. She's like, yep, I was in the shower. And the judge is like, yep, we've established she was in the shower. But then it hits her. She's like, now, wait a second. So say you've had, 84 perms over your life. Wouldn't you know that you can't be in a shower within 24 hours after having a perm? And she still had those curls. So I think it's pretty safe to say that you were not in the shower. You did have time to hide the gun after shooting your father. And then the girl snaps, like, I didn't mean to shoot him. I thought it was her. Because it was her new stepmom that was like her same age, basically. She's like, how would you feel if your dad was dating somebody your same age? Boom, she lawyered her real good. Got her.
Yeah, I'd rather watch Anchorman.
Are we worried that Joey's lawyer is a double agent?
That's why I'm asking about the level of desperation. That's why I'm wondering, like, how much Tennessee like really wants him back. That's what I was wondering when I was watching that law performance.
Joey's lawyer went to Vandy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why is this Joey's lawyer?
Vandy's a pretty good law school.
Yeah, I mean,
is it?
I assume so.
We can take rivalries into it instead of talking about accredited universities.
So we got a Vandy guy representing the Tennessee guy, while the Tennessee guy is trying to stop the Tennessee guy.
Yeah.
So both Vandy and Tennessee is trying to stop Joey Aguilar from playing
backwards.
Yeah,
that's not good. He should
in front of a Tennessee judge.
He should not have a Vanderbilt lawyer.
A Tennessee judge that was accused of bleeding orange, and I think he took offense to it. Because like immediately the NCAA's lawyer came in and said, I know we're in Knoxville. I know this courtroom's going to bleed orange, but I'm going to try my best. So then the judge was just like, hey, what are we doing here? Asking all the tough questions, really hammering Joey's lawyer down. He's just stumbling around.
So now it's in the hands of the judge, right?
Now it's in the hands of the judge.
The judge just has to announce a decision.
He didn't make his decision known on Friday and said he's got to take some time and make sure he gets it right.
Said he had to read 1,000 pages.
But he also has to write, too, I believe. I think he has to actually go and do something with it, too. Like,
Well, that's good. That's a good first step that the judge can read and write.
I think he was just basically acting as if it was an important decision, so he has to actually write, get it out.
I know that the law is supposed to be serious, like courts. It's serious business, It's not supposed to be taken lightly. But do you think the judge is really reading 1,000 pages of paper?
He's probably good at skimming over.
You got to
over all the
skim,
years.
don't you?
I think they know what all the buzzwords are and everything.
You got 1,000 pages of paper to read. I mean, that's a lot. And maybe they do. Maybe a judge reads every single word and comprehends the whole thing. I don't know. Seems like a high expectation, though. I'd get distracted. Be hard for me to read 1,000 words. Sometimes I find myself reading a book and just going through the motions of it and realizing that I didn't comprehend anything I read.
You got to reread it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could read 3 pages and somebody be like, what happened in those 3 pages? I'd be like, I don't even know. I'm just kind of going word by word.
So does it bother you that no decision was made on Friday? Does that worry you at all? Does that concern you that it wasn't just a cut and dry type of situation?
I don't know how to take that. I don't know if that's good news or bad news.
Yeah. I don't think it really matters.
I hope they do the right thing for Joey.
And then he said, hey, Monday's President's Day. We ain't got much to do there. I'll take a day off for that too.
So maybe we get a ruling tomorrow.
Over the weekend, Tennessee did hire a cornerbacks coach, Derek Jones. Derek Jones, the new cornerbacks coach at Tennessee after losing the last one to the NFL after 5 weeks on the job. You get Jones from Virginia Tech. He had been at Virginia Tech. He had a stint at Texas Tech. He was at Duke for a while. That's where his time kind of intersected with Jim Knowles. Memphis, MTSU, and now he'll be with the VOLS.
Derek Jones.
I don't really have much thought on that. I mean, they said that they said whoever gets hired to be the cornerbacks coach wouldn't really be asked to do much recruiting. He's all about development and trying to have good relationships with the players. It's not about recruiting for him. So I don't really care. I don't really care about the hire until I see what the cornerbacks look like. I won't pretend to know what Virginia Tech's cornerbacks looked like.
Was that the same thing with this Ohio State guy that we had? He wasn't really going out on the road and doing much. He was just kind of development guy.
I don't know. I don't know what the case was for him. Because you would think that him being young and there'd be some energy there, and you would think there would be some recruiting there.
I thought I saw a couple pictures of him at least on the road in his first couple weeks going out and chopping it up with some kids.
Maybe that
is just dependent on what the coach wants.
That, or maybe they've already upgraded after he left and had put somebody else on the road just to continue going around and doing stuff. I don't know. I don't know how long he knew he was taking the Rams job, if it kind of surprised Tennessee, or if they had already made kind of other moves to kind of pick up the slack there. I just know that it was thought that this hire was not going to be recruiting based. They basically just wanted somebody in there that they knew could coach and get through to players. I don't know the exact rationale or reason why, but that's just what was said, as they got set to hire. So we'll just kind of wait to see what the cornerbacks look like. He's got some familiarity with Jim Knowles, and, that's really all you can go off of for now. Because like I said, I wasn't breaking down film of Virginia Tech's corners and seeing what they looked like. He wasn't there during the Caleb Farley era. That's all that matters.
That's what I was just about to say.
That's all that matters to me. He was only there from 2022. So, no Caleb Farley. So, I got nothing else to add. We'll keep you posted on Joey Aguilar. Like I said, there's not going to be any news coming out today. Maybe during our show tomorrow. Anything else, Cody?
If the aliens aren't at Area 51, then what do you think is going on at Area 51?
Now, how the hell are we supposed to know that?
And maybe that's what they want. Maybe they want to keep it that way.
How the hell are we supposed to know that?
I guess that's the answer.
Obama doesn't even know, and he was the president. Or at least he claims he doesn't know.
Said he doesn't know, but who knows what he really knows.
That's true. Let's go to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go. Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station.
We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say it loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station.
Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen.
For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
Get some.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. I'm happy to announce that our free stump grinding promotion for Fan Run Radio listeners is now extended to March 31st, 2026. If you've got trees in your yard that need to come down before they fall on your home, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes and mention you heard our ad on Fan Run Radio, and we'll get rid of that problem tree for you and grind those stumps for free. Call us at 865-384-2012 or check us out online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Over in the chat, they're saying Cody's got a good Will Ferrell impression. How about that?
God, how good is that riff?
A little love for Cody.
Oh, that riff is so nasty. Brown sugar. They said what?
They said you got a good Will Ferrell.
Yeah. I always liked Will Ferrell. I mean, and I know what you're going to say. That checks out with my dumb, moronic brain, my lowbrow comedy.
I wasn't going to say that. There's a lot of people like Will Ferrell.
I like him for what he is.
Yeah,
I understand.
I'm not going to judge you for that. It's not like you like some loser. He's not a loser. And I don't dislike him. I just don't typically like the movies he's the lead actor in.
I understand where Will Ferrell gets annoying because I think he got so big for a time that then he's like doing everything. And then he's like overexposed, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of people that get annoying when it comes to that, when it gets to that point, I think.
Sure.
He was too in our face.
There's really nobody that can actually survive that.
Right.
I don't know how many people can survive being the most famous person in an industry like comedy and not make people annoyed.
Will Ferrell was too in our face. And like, so those movies quit hitting the same. You know, Anchorman was so big, and then he did the Step Brothers, Talladega Nights. Like, people love those. And then it got to a point where it's just like, you know, middle 20 teens, whatever. 2015, somewhere in there. It's just all in our face. It's like, oh, this guy, Will Ferrell again, geez. But I love the campaign. I mean, I know you disagree on that one, but I think it's got some real funny stuff in it. Sir, have you been drinking tonight? Yes, I have. I've had 5 to 6 small batch bourbons. That's a lot. We're going to have to ask you to step out of the car. In God we must. And he hands him the $100 bill and rolls the window up. And it's still got his face on the window when he rolls it up because he's driving around in a car that's got his face on the side. Then he speeds off. I love the campaign. And the other guys, you like the other guys, don't you? That was what, 2010? So like his run from old school through like 2012, would you say that's where it fell off maybe? Somewhere in there.
Yeah, well, I wasn't asking for a full rundown of his career. I was just telling you that somebody said you had a good impression of him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was there for Will Ferrell's run. I understand.
A whale's vagina. They got Bubba's attention. San Diego. Did you ever watch the movie, Bubba? Anchorman?
No, I'm very familiar with everything that's happening right now.
You got to watch it.
I wouldn't say you have to watch it, but it's one that people like. And maybe I was too hard on it when I said I didn't like it. It was fine for me. It was okay. I've never had the desire to rewatch it. And it's never something that on my list of like showing people the movie when I'm watching it with people.
It's not like a must watch.
Yeah, it just does. It's fun. It's fun.
It's fun. It's a fun little movie.
It's like playing LSU in basketball. I never want to rewatch that game or really even talk about it, or didn't really have that much fun watching it. But hey, shout out to Ethan Berg. He hit a couple threes in front of his mom. His mom was in attendance, which I thought was cool. He's like, oh, it was great. I hadn't seen my mom in 7 months or 5 months, whatever he said. My mom's there. She's with my girlfriend. I was just really happy. It was nice to see. And then you do kind of stop and think, like, yeah, he's making a lot of money to come here and play, and it hasn't been very good. But you do kind of say, like, oh, it would be kind of tough to move to a new country and play basketball, like, in a new culture that you're not used to. I was like, have we been too hard on Ethan Berg? And I will say that, like, I have given him credit for being a good teammate. I think I've gone on my way to say, like, hey, seems like he's still invested in the team. It still seems like he's rooting guys on and is trying to be a good teammate. And that's a green flag. That's a plus. And then I thought after the game when he actually played good, he's like, hey, I feel like I've been letting the team down.
A lot of people miss their mom. It doesn't make you special.
But I like that he said, like, hey, I've been letting the team down because Jacoby needs a backup. We need a guard. We need an extra ball handler out there, and I ain't been able to do it. And it makes me feel bad. And I was like, you know what? That's some good perspective. That's an adult perspective. And I know he's an adult. I know he's older. But, like, it was good to hear him say, like, yeah, I've been letting us down. I got to be better. And now I'm hopeful. Now, maybe I'm alone. But I'm hopeful that he can at least play for us now. Like, Sam, is that too far?
I hope so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Might be an overreaction.
I hope like 10 of his 18 minutes that he got were because his family was in town and Rick Barnes felt bad. And
they might be
get him on the court.
They might be, brother. But you know what? He played
took advantage of them.
But to me, he took advantage of the minutes. So, like, I'm okay with him playing and getting 8 minutes against Oklahoma and just seeing what happens. Whereas before the game, whenever you see him in the game, you're like, oh, God, what's about to happen here? Oh, no. Now, if I see him on Wednesday night, I won't negatively assume the worst is going to happen. If he could be a guy that gave you 8 minutes or 10 minutes, that'd be a really, really nice bonus. I mean, because say what you will about him, he can shoot.
Yeah.
Do you think the Menendez brothers missed their mom?
No, but wasn't there a whole thing about how they were maybe abusing them? The parents were abusing them, right?
I think that's what they tried to argue in court, yeah.
Well, I think it came out that is what happened, no?
Oh, I don't know the facts of the case.
Am I wrong? I thought that came out. Menendez brothers, parents.
They definitely
abusing.
argued that. I don't know if that's
no. Well,
I don't know the extent of
no.
it.
There was something that came out last summer that supported it. CBS News right here. Menendez brothers' claims of abuse supported by newly discovered letter and new allegation. So yeah, something came out that I guess did help.
What's a newly discovered letter?
Hey,
there's a drawer we didn't check. Looks
yeah,
like they wrote a letter here that said, "I was beating them boys." Well, we better factor this in.
Okay, let's see here. They insist that they killed out of fear and self-defense after a lifetime of abuse. One of their lawyers says the new evidence corroborates those claims. I'd like to see. Why I got a transcript? I don't want to read a transcript. Just give me whatever happened to the inverted pyramid, Cody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever happened to the inverted pyramid?
It went away when journalism died.
When I click a story, Sam, that used to give you the big stuff in the first paragraph and tell you. Now they want you to scroll so that they can get their
more
ads
time on
there.
the page.
Need times on there, and you need to go in here. You know what? Let me go to Reddit. Reddit will give you the story right away. People will put that up there at the very top. Okay. Oh, God, this is a lot, too. Why is this person? Oh, my. This is the longest Reddit post I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
I don't think I could kill my mom even if she beat me. That's one of those things that I just can't even fathom. You know, I can understand some things. I mean, a guy's in prison for arson, whatever. He was tired of looking at that forest. I get it. Some things make sense, you know, carjacking. Guy didn't have a car, needed a car. But killing your own mother, the woman that gave birth to you, I mean, how do you get to that point?
So the post is really super long, but the top comment says, "I'll never understand how all this evidence was just thrown aside in the second trial. Jose was a monster and Kitty not much better." And it's got 106,000 upvotes. So I'm going with that. I'm not going to read all the stuff, but the new evidence it does help the Menendez brothers, it appears.
You push a guy off a hotel balcony because he's, you know, making fun of you or something. Things get hot for a second. You react it's a quick judgment. And you make a bad decision. That happens.
Sure.
But how do you kill your own mom?
I think all the abuse that they were saying.
It'd have to be pretty bad, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I think they were saying all that.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
But back to my point, Ethan Berg, he was nice to his mama by rewarding her with a nice 8-point performance. So, like I said, moving forward, I don't think we'll have the crowd groaning whenever he comes into a game.
Well, let's pump the brakes.
He will not get groaned on Wednesday. Now, if he performs poorly on Wednesday, then all that goes out the window.
Yeah, let's see if he can have another good game.
But I will say, for me right now, he has worked his way back to neutral.
You know, Barnes said they moved him to the scout team.
Yeah, no, I mean it's been tough for him, and it would have been easy. It would have been easy for him to sulk or easy for him to quit, I will say. And I don't think he has done either one of those things. I give people credit for that. Like he waited for another opportunity, and again, it's one game, but
he kept working.
And he stayed engaged with the team, and he seems to have a positive attitude about it all. And if we can find a backup point guard, I think that really, really helps this team.
I'd probably be pretty happy too if I was the 13th man on a team making $500,000.
Yeah. Yeah, he's super overpaid, Sam. I'm not arguing that, but also I think if I had moved to a different country and was making $500,000,
are we under attack right now?
Yes.
Do you hear this in your headphones?
Yeah, I can hear it. Then like Bubba looking is not helping. It's very disorienting, Bubba. I'm trying to do a radio show, and the audience can't hear the banging of the noise.
They might be able to.
I don't think they're picking that up.
Okay, Sam. Ethan Berg, George McIntyre, Joseph Stalin. Who would you rather have lunch with?
What's Stalin got to do?
Probably
with
George
Menendez?
McIntyre.
He needs lunch. That's a good answer.
He needs lunch.
He needs lunch.
Everybody needs lunch, Bubba. What a crazy question.
What's wrong, George? You only had 2 bites.
Amari Abram not in the game. Amari Abram, not in the rotation. So, like, there is a spot now for another guard. And if Ethan Berg can come in and, like I said, just hit a couple shots and dribble the basketball, that would be a welcome addition to this team. So I'm rooting for him. I think he's all the way back to neutral with me, where when he comes to the game, I'll be like, okay, let's see what he's got. Now, with that being said, whenever he starts playing poorly again, I will be back to negative. But for now,
I think I'm closer to Sam with, like, if that's what we're relying on, my hopes for the team or not. I mean, I know you're not asking him to be like one of the best players out there, but
I'm asking him to be able to play 10 minutes a game. We need a backup point guard desperately.
Yeah.
We're not going to find one between now and March.
Let me ask a question, and I'm being vulnerable here, so tell me if it's a stupid question, but, don't be too mean about it, okay?
Okay. I'm usually pretty nice.
Is there a reason that we can't – I'm asking this from a basketball standpoint.
Okay.
Can we not run the offense through Nate Ament?
What do you mean when you say run the offense?
Well, you have Gillespie playing off the ball. Everybody talks about how good he is as a two guard, how he'd be better just basically as a guard.
So you're saying you want Nate Ament to handle the ball at all times?
Can Nate Ament handle the ball? Is that crazy?
I don't think you want Nate Ament handling the ball at all times.
Maybe not at all times, but
at the end of the game, they do that. I mean, at the end of the game, they bring him up to the top of the key and he gets the ball, and then they kind of run a high pick and roll for him. But you can't do that for 40 minutes of the game.
You couldn't do that?
It just wouldn't work, and he'd get worn down, and that's not him at his best. Him at his best is still coming off of a screen, getting the ball in the mid-range, having some space to work, or getting in the post and just having it dumped down to him.
I just feel like there's got to be a way that we can just run things through him. Is he not? I mean, he's your best player.
Yeah.
Is there not some way you could do that schematically?
Well, they are kind of running it through him, but you're saying it in a different way. You want him to be the guy with the ball and initiating it all.
I don't know that that's what I'm asking for.
I think at Nate's best, the defense is moving and he is catching people moving. So, like, he comes around a screen, boom, they throw it to him on the wing, the defense is shifting, then he's able to blow past his guy. I don't want him at the top of the key where all five guys on defense are looking at him.
I'm just trying to think of a way where Gillespie's in a better position and maybe you get more out of him. And I don't know what the answer is, but
the answer would be to have another guard out there that can dribble and have both of them kind of running action, and the defense can't hone in on one or the other. Like that's what I'm talking about with Ethan Berg. If he can be out there and play and actually not suck, I do think it would unlock a lot for this Tennessee team. Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
The best athletes don't just play the game, they change it. When it comes to investing, Gainbridge is doing the same. Their online platform does things differently because it's designed to put you in charge of growing your own savings. It's intuitive, it's easy, and best of all, it's on your terms. No wonder Gainbridge has earned the trust of 40% repeat customers. It's a better way to invest because it's investing your way. Get started today at Gainbridge.io.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. We're excited to continue our free stump grinding promotion with Fan Run Radio this year through March 31st. If you've got problem trees in your yard, give us a call and we'll come out and cut them down and grind the stumps for free when you mention you heard us right here on Fan Run Radio. Take it from Russ. We'll treat you right at ECR Total Landscapes.
That's right, Evan. I had the ECR team out to Stately Smith Manor last year, and they took down a bunch of trees for me and grinded the stumps for free. Now I don't have to worry about those trees falling on my house, and my yard looks much better. Do what I did. Call ECR Total Landscapes.
Thanks, Russ. Call us today and we'll come out and give you a free estimate. Our number is 865-384-2012. And our website is ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Ay. Overrated, underrated, a Wednesday. Fan Run Radio, Talk Sports. Said not in my house, I ain't talking to Kim, babe. Johnny Cody out here asking where the ops at. Tennessee Volunteers here for combat. It's the Cherokee Ghost, John Reed and Cody doing everything we can to bring Rocky Top back. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Never leave a witness, never leave loose ends. Nico ain't nothing but a nuisance.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. This batch of headlines brought to you by Knoxville Smiles. Local dentistry done right. You need something done with your mouth. The folks at Knoxville Smiles, they got you. Veneers, implants, cleanings, tooth removal, whitening. KnoxvilleSmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles. Let's hit some hour 3 headlines. What you got, Big Mac?
Thanks, John. We start off with a bit of a sour headline as Jerome Tang is out at Kansas State.
They're going to try to fire that man for cause, too. That's gross.
K-State has fired men's coach Jerome Tang for cause, the school said Sunday night.
They're trying to get out of the $18 million they owe him.
Are they basically trying to fire him for cause, like basically what Kim Caldwell said to our team? Like wasn't he just going in his press conference, like just lighting a torch to his team and saying this is causing mental harm to them or something like that?
I mean, like it's a joke, and I hope Kansas State loses it, and I hope nobody goes there and coaches. Which is funny because their interim coach is apparently the guy from the really viral, like, let's go, hitting the clipboard or hitting the whiteboard. Like, you familiar with that meme I'm talking about, Cody, where the coach is screaming at the top of his lungs? This one right here.
Break down the huddle, and he's like, whoa.
Are you familiar with that video at all? This one right here? And
no.
Oh, well, it's a very viral, like, basketball.
I am now. I see it.
I know what you're talking about.
Where he's just screaming, let's go. Well, now he is the interim coach, which is kind of funny. But no, I think this is a joke from Kansas State. All he did was come out and try to take ownership of the situation. Now, you could say that he maybe threw the players under the bus and didn't take ownership himself, but he was just saying, like, hey, this isn't good enough. Our fans have a right to be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. The players don't play hard enough. The players don't care. they don't care that it's a privilege to wear this purple, that Kansas State is a special place. He was trying to put over the university, and they said, we gotcha. You think this place is a great place? Wrong. This is a place that ain't going to pay you nothing. We're going to fire your ass and steal $18 million from you. And I think that's a joke.
Jerome, well, it's not a joke. It's real. It's actually happening. Jerome said the team did not deserve to be there. Some of those players, he said, you don't deserve to be here. And Kansas State said, actually, Jerome, you don't deserve to be here. You're fired.
$18 million they have stolen from him.
The basis for the for-cause firing is language in Tang's contract that references any activity that brings public disrepute, embarrassment, or ridicule to Kansas State. So he can fight this, I assume. He'll hire a lawyer, right?
Yes, and I hope he wins.
Yeah, I hope he does too. Well, an ex-Pro Bowler has died. Trey Johnson, the former Washington offensive lineman. Do you remember him?
No, I don't.
He was an offensive lineman for the Redskins.
Do you remember him?
No.
Okay.
But he was drafted in 1994 and played for Washington through 2000. Pro Bowler. Back when the Pro Bowl meant something.
Back when it meant something.
He's passed away. R.I.P. to him. Tyler Reddick wins the Daytona 500 in a car owned by Michael Jordan, the six-time NBA champion, now a Daytona 500 winner too.
Have you seen the video of Michael Jordan yet?
Yeah, I saw what he was doing.
How do you feel?
I don't know. I mean, it's a little weird that he kept. If it was just him grabbing once,
right? If it was one pinch, I think you get away with it. But he did it like 6 times.
He kept it going kind of long. I don't know what he was doing. Somebody said, people are overreacting. The kid probably had ice down his shirt, like the kid had a wet shirt, and like how. But maybe that's just them trying to justify it for MJ. I don't know. What, Sam? What, Sammy Bananas over there?
I thought this was on. That's a lot of ice down that shirt.
Yeah. It doesn't look good when you see the clip, but I don't know. He's probably just messing around. I mean, it's unfortunate. I don't know what to say about it. I mean, clip doesn't look good. I guess the intent would be what matters, right? I mean, you got to doubt
that kid was.
You got to doubt that Michael Jordan is just up there like, I'm going to grab this 6-year-old's butt.
Okay.
He's up next to the trophy, so I imagine he's somebody important. Bub, you say he's his son?
I believe that it's Tyler Reddick's son.
You believe or you've seen?
I believe.
Okay, so you don't know. You're just saying that.
I'm 95% certain that's his son.
Just because you're looking at the picture and the video and putting context clues together, or what? Either way, it's a young kid that's right next to the trophy. So he's somebody's son that's in the inner circle. This is crazy.
I would assume there's no ill intent there from Michael Jordan, but it does look pretty weird. Jordan said, it feels like I won a championship, but until I get my ring, I won't even know. How about that? Tyler Reddick. You didn't watch any of the 500?
No, I didn't.
I had Penske to win plus 480, which would have included Blaney or Logano or Austin Cindric had he been in contention.
Bless you.
I also I'd sprinkled a little on some other names that I put a little bit on Denny Hamlin, and then like some long shots. This Chris Buescher guy, put a little on him. Put a little on Austin Dillon.
Any of your guys finished at the top?
I had some guys in contention at the very end, but that wreck messed everything up. I had a little bit on Bubba too, and I thought Bubba had the best car all day. Bubba Wallace led a good bit of the race and was up in the front of the pack, but with about 17 to go, it got a little dicey because everybody had to pit. And so the pit stops factoring in, like the Toyotas didn't pit a big enough group of them. Everybody was kind of doing their own thing, and they couldn't get back in the draft as well. And then it got bunched back up. And had everybody pitted during caution, had there been a caution and everybody had fresh tires together in the pack, I think Bubba kind of had the best car, but He wasn't able to get back in.
What were Bubba's odds?
Bubba was what did I put down? $2 to win 58. What would that
Oh,
be?
wow. Really?
Yeah.
Before the race?
Yeah.
Huh. I figured his odds wouldn't be that long.
Well, there's 40 drivers. So
yeah, no, I know, but still, I mean, like the favorites were up around. I checked the odds before, and it was like 5-1, 6-1.
Well, most really,
or at least like 800 on some of the top guys. Yeah,
I was gonna say Blaney had the best odds on my app, and he was plus 900.
Okay,
so
maybe I checked maybe the race had already started.
To take a single driver, most guys you could have gotten at least 10 to 1 on.
Uh huh.
But Bubba, what would that be? So that'd be.
You can do it. Come on, divide by 2. Take 58 and divide it by 2.
58 divided by 2 would be.
Yeah, you can do it.
29.
There you go.
So it was plus 2,800.
Yeah,
that's what I put. Yeah, that's what I got Bubba at. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why the odds are so long for drivers, but
maybe I checked when the race had already started or something. I don't know, but I didn't see any. I saw plenty of guys there with like plus 800, plus 600 odds before I thought.
That had to be afterwards because the lowest I could get was Kyle Busch for plus 1,100.
Okay,
yeah, that's what my app was. Most of like Blaney was the best odds at plus 900. That's kind of what makes it fun, though. You can sprinkle on several different drivers.
Oh, it was like roulette for me.
Yeah, like I imagine Tyler Reddick to win was probably at least plus 2,800, probably more than that.
I got the pre-race odds pulled up, at least according to DraftKings. You said who? Tyler Reddick?
Yeah. Like I imagine you could have got him probably like 35 to 1 or something.
He was where was he? So yeah, at the beginning he was he's 40 to 1.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
That would have been a nice little payday.
Any other headlines?
Yeah, this Nancy Guthrie case is still going on. They still haven't found that old lady. Do you think she's...
My mom told me she's dead, so that's what I'm going with.
You think that's the case?
Was there something? She said something about how they had a sheets put up over like a road at some point. I don't know. I ate breakfast with her yesterday, and she was telling me a little bit about it. How
I saw there was some like white tent up. Or
at some
like
point they put up like
a
big sheets, like white tent, like on the road. They thought that maybe they had found her remains in a car.
Or that might just be to keep the media away.
Yeah, but it was like around a car, so my mom thought maybe they had found her in a trunk, or maybe they thought they might find her in there.
Well, apparently they found a glove that matches the glove, the DNA, I think.
I don't know.
Rick Barnes said that one of the biggest keys to any team's improvement during the season is the work ethic of the 3 to 4 guys on every team who probably don't play as many minutes as they should.
Wait, read that one more time.
Rick Barnes says one of the biggest keys to any team's improvement during a season is the work ethic of those 3 to 4 guys on every team who probably don't play as many minutes as they should.
There you go. That's the hope with Ethan Berg. Like if you can get those guys, A, to stay competitive and push the other players, but B, if they get called upon, can actually give you something.
He says if those guys are maniacs every day in practice and consistently push the main rotation guys, a team gets a lot better.
I'm surprised you haven't brought up the Kevin Durant burner account yet. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
No, I haven't made it to that yet, but I was going to tell you that they've run out of condoms at the Olympic Village.
No, au contraire, I believe they've restocked them. They're good to go.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Did you see what happened to Seton Hall the other day?
In baseball?
Yeah.
Where the player, I assume, he absolutely snapped his ankle, right? Like he hit a 2-run home run and like his ankle snapped it on first base.
Yeah.
Do we know if he made it to home? Did he crawl?
I don't think he did.
Is there a time limit on how long it takes to get you? Like, could he have crawled? That'd have been a tough guy move, right? If he gets up on a broken ankle and just like finds a way to pull himself to home.
I don't know, but you know what they say. You got to crawl before you can walk.
Well, that is what they say. I don't know what that has to do with this, but we got a new updated top 25 in college baseball according to D1 Baseball rankings. Tennessee at number 13. Tennessee comes in at number 13, right smack dab in the middle of the top 25 graphic. They are sandwiched in between Florida at 12 and Georgia at 14. guess Florida doesn't get punished for losing this weekend, but that's cool. No big deal.
That's cute. What does that have to do with Kevin Durant's burner account?
Kevin Durant's burner account. Well, you changed gears. You went back to Seton Hall baseball. So
you're not going to tell me?
Nope. Top 5 in baseball according to D1: UCLA, LSU, Texas, Mississippi State, Georgia Tech. That's your top 5.
What if the audience might like to know?
I'll tell them.
Well, tell them, and I'll close my ears.
All right. After the break, we'll get into it and other things that we liked from the weekend. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
There have been a couple of accounts linked to Kevin Durant, which, by the way, it's really funny when you consider every picture or video that came out from him on All-Star Weekend had him on his cell phone, including like in the player introductions. He's just on his phone typing away.
I just saw one in the break of him like in between games just typing away.
He's on the court, like in warm-ups, texting. Like this is him during player introductions. He's just sitting here on his phone, just texting away.
Unplug for a bit, Kevin. Jeez.
The player introductions one's fake, but the rest of them have him like on the court doing it. But so they have linked a couple of accounts to him from group DMs. group messages in the years 2022 and 2024 when the screenshots are from, but it has him taking a blowtorch to some NBA figures, including some of his now teammates and old teammates. Some of the quotes he has in there about his current teammates. The Rockets franchise player can't shoot or defend. Jabari Smith is slur.
Which one?
Starts with an R.
Oh. Is that true?
Is it true if Jabari Smith is the slur? I would say no. Steve Kerr, his former coach, has hated dark-skinned people ever since Michael Jordan punched him in the mouth.
Okay. Interesting. This is like when the Gruden emails came out.
Devin Booker and Frank Vogel are dictators. Stalin and Hitler. Mussolini and Kim Jong-un.
They didn't exist at the same time. He called who? Devin Booker and who?
The coach, Frank Vogel, was the coach at the time.
Called them dictators?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, I guess because he didn't feel like maybe he was getting a fair say. In
Right,
Phoenix.
right. He then goes on and says another one. The Suns are my team when we lose and Devin Booker's team when we win. Man, I miss Ben Simmons. At least he passed the ball, which I thought was funny.
Is Kevin, why is he so soft?
I don't think he's soft. I think he's just talking like normal people talk.
My favorite thing was him calling Russell Westbrook the triple-double cocaine bear.
Was that Russell Westbrook he was talking about?
I think so.
Oh, okay. See, I thought he was talking about Nikola Jokic when he called him the triple-double cocaine bear.
That seems more accurate.
Well, I don't know because Westbrook does run around crazy, grabbing the balls and stuff. So, like, I mean, he does play sometimes as if he is
but
on.
Jokic looks like the cocaine bear.
Yeah, but the bear in Cocaine Bear was not a polar bear. I mean, he was not white, so maybe the cocaine part's doing a lot of work there with Jokic. Maybe that's why I thought, because I was thinking cocaine meant white and Jokic, but I think the Westbrook one's better. Do you have the quote about the Cocaine Bear? See if you could find that exact quote.
So Durant, I mean,
the message from him was like that pick disproved it. That's the point. LOL. I wouldn't say Kai was competing with me, but that light skin and that triple-double cocaine bear was.
Oh, okay. So he's saying, okay. So he's saying him and Kyrie were cool, but that Steph Curry and him were competition on the same team, and what Russell Westbrook. Okay, yeah. Fair enough.
Is the burner the thing that Kevin Durant is most known for besides basketball? I mean,
he loves tweeting.
He loves tweeting. I would say Twitter in general, because there is a lot of stuff he just puts his name on.
He's very online.
But there are some stuff I guess he couldn't put his name on. I don't know how this got out, and we don't know if these are true. The accounts he's getting accused of having are private, and we can't really go through and check.
How do people?
But he's been on record saying that he's had burner.
Oh yeah, no,
before,
he's talked about it, and there were certain things like Durant tweeted out a picture of an owl, like the owl GIF where he puts up the glasses, and then one of the burner accounts had that as his background. So like people are saying that's the sign. And there are stuff. I mean, a lot of these burner screenshots are him talking in the first person. He doesn't come out and say I'm Kevin Durant, but stuff like when it's Devin Booker's team when we win and my team when we lose.
So people don't know that it's him.
Not 100%, but the signs are heavily pointing that way. There was another screenshot that was funny that talked about how people would look at me in the team meetings when I would call out Steph Curry during film study, and he was talking about that and how basically how the Warriors got mad at him because he tried to hold Steph Curry accountable.
Mm.
Chris Paul doesn't know bleep. I miss James. Huh?
He retired.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think we mentioned that.
I miss James Harden. He has a good heart. Kind of delusional, but I get him.
He'd rather be on the Hornets than the Rockets. I like that one.
That one was interesting. Yeah, that was before he went to the Rockets, but it does make me wonder how the Rockets are going to feel about this because Ime Udoka doesn't seem like the type that's going to not address this. Ime Udoka is kind of a maniac, so he's probably going to ask. I feel like you have to clear the air at some point, and maybe Durant says, yeah, my bad, guys, it's before I played here, or maybe he'll deny it and pretend it's not him. I don't know. There was also something where he got, I guess, caught maybe helping fund some war activities, and to which he replied, if Israel needs drones, just let me know, because his company was a part of that.
Is there not a good chance it could just be somebody pretending to be Kevin Durant?
Yes, but it would be like a 2-year ploy to do this.
It'd be a big commitment.
It would be a big commitment. And like Sam said, he is on record admitting that he has burners.
But why would he be talking in the first person, saying these things? Just
because he's in a group chat. So the way it seems to me is that he's in a group chat with like 7 or 8 people that he trusts.
So maybe he wanted these things to be said. Maybe he was kind of loose-lipped about it, and he's like, if they find out it's me. But he couldn't actually say it himself.
Yeah, I think that's my reading of it. I'll be interested to see if he ever addresses it, because he's not one that would bury his head and not admit it. But this also is one that like is kind of a locker room no-no, right? Like, you're not supposed to be talking trash about your teammates and such.
Typically,
you're not supposed to be doing that.
It's against the bro code. I saw a video of Tony Vitello walking out on the field with his new team.
I can't trust Jabari to make a bleeping shot or get a stop. He's low-key R word.
Yeah.
So
there was another good one where he was like, I miss that James. He was talking about, I miss James Harden. He's like, he's low-key delusional, but I like him.
But I understand him. Which everyone that plays with James Harden says the same stuff. Everyone that hangs out with James Harden likes him. Very few people come out like bleep James Harden. Seems like everyone likes hanging out with him. You saw Tony Vitello. Was that the best thing you saw this weekend?
No, it's the worst thing I saw.
Oh, the worst thing you saw this weekend.
I don't want to see Tony with another team.
Well, it's too late, brother. It's time to embrace it. We got a new coach.
Time to move on.
I wish Elander didn't keep the beard. I wish he just stayed clean shaven. I think he looks better, but
I think it's good if a baseball coach has a beard.
I disagree. I think only Tony Vitello deserves to have a beard. Everybody else should be clean shaven.
You think baseball coaches should be clean shaven?
Yeah, that's right.
Most of them are, I guess. I mean, the boys had a good performance over the weekend. It's just hard to know, they're playing nickels.
Yeah, I've got no takes on that. Like, and even the guys like Blaine Brown, we talked about him having just a monster weekend. He's the new. Right now, him and Henry Ford look like both. They're going to be studs. I mean, at the top of Tennessee's lineup, 2 new faces. But I say it, got to be consistent. I don't really judge these guys in non-conference. Let me get to SEC play. Let me see them actually go up against some legitimate arms in competition before I crown anybody. But I will say, hitting 3 home runs in your first 3 games, that is pretty damn impressive.
So what's the lineup looking like? Blaine Brown, you said, and Henry Ford?
Ford at the top and Brown at the 2 is what they were doing this weekend. Letting those guys get as many bats as possible. It seems as if they are going to be Tennessee's best hitters. At least I think that's kind of what on paper. And then Levi Clark at 3. I do think those 3 will stay. They had Chapman in cleanup. I don't know if that will be a long-term play. I've never gotten really the vibe that he should be a cleanup hitter. It seemed to me like maybe it's a thing that, you give him the first shot at it, because since he's been like, a mainstay in this program, we'll see how he does with it. But that surprised me to see him at cleanup, and I don't know if I think it'll stay that way. But in game 1, your lineup went Ford, Blaine Brown, Levi Clark, Reese Chapman, Stone Lawless, Manny Marin, Jay Abernathy, Antigua, and Newstrom.
I thought Jay Abernathy was supposed to be more.
Well, there was talk about him maybe being
regarded.
at the very tip top to see, if he could get on base and wreak havoc on the bases. But I think we had talked about Elander saying he was also thinking that they would just go with what they did with Blake Berg and Christian Moore, where they just want their two best hitters getting as many bats as possible.
Instead of having the fast guy go first.
Just have the best hitters up there as possible.
Have your best player. And that's the new school approach.
Yeah. Have your best players get as many bats as possible. Hope that it evens out throughout the games, that your bottom of the lineup can get on and give them guys in scoring position opportunities. But the difference between getting 5 at-bats versus 4 at-bats is worth maybe not having a guy on in the first inning.
And how's the pitching looking? Well, Tegan Coons, he's going to be our ace?
Yeah, the pitching looked overwhelming in the first weekend, but it was Nicholls State.
Right.
Coons was awesome. Landon Mack came in, game 2. He threw 6 innings, gave up 1 run. That is the Rutgers transfer. He looked pretty good. And then in game 3, you had a run rule victory to get him out of there in the second half of the doubleheader. Your starting pitching there,
that Blanco
Evan Blanco from Virginia. He gave up no runs in 5 innings.
Is Coons expected to be a legitimate ace?
That's what they're expecting.
Yeah, I mean, I think they showed that they had some confidence in him last year. Now, towards the end of the year, that kind of waned, and you went with some veterans over the young freshmen when it came to tournament time. He didn't pitch again after the SEC tournament, and that kind of raised some flags. But at least in game 1, he passed that test. We'll see. We'll see. I do think they hope that he is the ace.
I know you just kind of mentioned their approach, but I think, similar things going to happen for Appenzeller.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he looked good in his brief appearance, but I think, because he's fairly young, that they'll limit more of him going forward.
Yeah, I mean, there's talks. I mean, you have him, you have Arvidsson once he gets up to speed, that both those guys could be longer potential starters, but also I think they could just be real big weapons in the bullpen. We'll see what happens. I mean, I do think in baseball especially, you do actually take this preseason and tinker with stuff. In basketball, you do a little bit with 10-man rotations to see, but you still kind of know who your best 5 are.
Now, Arvidsson, he's the Randy Johnson-looking fellow, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He was the guy that was so good against, was that Texas we watched?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the SEC tournament. He came in and shut down Texas. Now, he's been banged up, and he says he's been dealing with some arm soreness in the preseason, so they're being cautious with him. So it is possible, but by the time we get to SEC play, he maybe became a starter, but I still think that I still feel like you'll keep him coming out of the bullpen and maybe being that emergency guy, but we'll see.
How about that clip of Randy Johnson killing that bird?
How about it?
You ever watch that?
Wow.
That's pretty crazy.
I'm unfamiliar with that. What happens?
Well, he threw a pitch, and a bird came into the path right as he's throwing the pitch, and the ball hits the bird and just blows the bird up.
The bird blows up?
Yeah, pretty much. It's crazy.
Just feathers everywhere?
Feathers everywhere, yeah. One of the craziest things I've ever seen on a baseball
Now
diamond.
It makes sense. Every Halloween I see one couple, there'll be a guy dressed up like Randy Johnson and then a bird.
Oh, yeah?
With
really?
blood all over it. Yeah.
It's got to be a tall guy.
Yeah, now it makes
tall,
sense.
Skinny guy with a mustache.
Now it makes sense. I understand now.
Yeah.
Bubba, what was the best thing you saw this weekend in sports? Or anything, really?
I've got to narrow it down a little bit here.
Okay.
I'll give you 4 things that I really enjoyed.
Four things? My God. Okay, go ahead.
First off, chocolate strawberries.
All right.
Love to see them. Very,
That's
very
not
happy.
A sport.
He said anything. Up next, we had obviously racing. Back on the track. Love a good restrictor plate race. Weather didn't get in the way of it this time. I got to clap it up for my boy, Wills. Bringing back the baseball highlights. I recommend watching the Florida Gulf Coast and North Dakota State highlights.
Okay.
That game was absolutely bonkers. And then last night.
How about that North Carolina Indiana game
Yeah,
where the second baseman goes full Chuck Knobloch
Yeah.
and throws the ball. Did you see this game on the line? Ninth inning, bases loaded. They're up 2. A routine ground ball to second base. The second baseman can easily toss it to first, game over, and he throws it 2 feet into the ground. It rolls by, and they end up losing that game, right? They end up giving up 2 runs on that play to tie it and then losing the game. And people, of course, are tagging the FBI, wanting investigations into it because if you were going to throw the game, that would be something you would have to do there in that position.
Sounds like me on MLB The Show.
That's exactly what it looked like. You hit the button and held onto it too long, and it just goes straight into the dirt.
And then the last thing that I saw over the weekend, not sports related, that I really liked was last night at the gym they had on the LGBT version of House Hunters.
I thought every version of House Hunters was LGBT.
Nope.
No Q?
There's a couple letters in there that I'm probably missing, John.
Okay. All right. I regret asking you first, Bubba. Sam, what was the best thing you saw this weekend?
They weren't really the best, but they were just notable for me. The NFLPA report cards getting axed really pissed me off. Those are one of my favorite things of the offseason.
So basically, they changed the rules now where the players don't get to judge them. They said like a third arbiter, a third-party arbiter can come in and give them grades.
Which is stupid.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear that.
It ruins the spirit.
Yeah.
I liked that the players at least had a little bit of power of holding their bosses, accountable. Of like,
it caused owners to change things too.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It held them accountable a little bit. At least embarrassed them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like there was some that like the family didn't get to eat or they didn't get unlimited meals in the during the week.
It was the Jets, Cardinals, and Panthers owners that are against it that spearheaded this whole thing. So
that actually is funny because I feel like the Bengals owner always gets the worst grades, and he was just like, whatever. It is what it is at this point.
Yeah, he's good with being just a terrible owner.
You guys know how I get down, so I ain't gonna fight it. Whatever. But everybody else is like, hey, hold on. They gave me a D. No, we got to fix this. Bengals owner's like, whatever.
And then the Titans leaked logo.
So you had a problem with this?
I don't know yet.
You sounded mad about it through Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, like
have you walked it back a little bit?
I want this sword really bad. I walked it back once I saw some like mocked up uniforms. It maybe looks a little bit better on a uniform, but I think just merch wise and like if you're a fan buying new stuff, I think it's going to look really tacky and sterile.
The T kind of looks a little bit like a sword,
I guess.
Now it doesn't have the handle on it, but like it looks like a sword otherwise. Like maybe just put a handle on it, but everything that happens with the Titans, I feel like just comes back to the Titans being bad and lame. So like every time they do something, everyone makes fun of it. But I'm like, would we make fun of this if they were good at football? Because I didn't like the jerseys that we unveiled back in like 18 or 19 or whatever. Whenever we did
we've been currently wearing?
Yeah, like I don't really care for those too much. But whenever it happened, people were like, oh, this is cool because we were coming off a playoff appearance. Like, oh, this is awesome. A new era. Right now we suck. New logo. It's like, oh, my God, this is terrible. Which I don't know how I feel about the old logo. Some people made fun of it with the flame, the flames around the T. I don't know. But like I said, I just feel like the Titans are in a no-win position right now because everything they do, it's going to get made fun of. Cody, what caught your eye this weekend?
I like the flame logo.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't like the new logo I saw either that leaked with the 2 stars and the Fanatics or whatever.
It looks pretty sharp to me, man. That looks pretty sharp, no?
Well, that edit looks cool with the Warren Moon or whoever that is.
It's Cam Ward.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Could have been Warren Moon.
I mean, it could have been. He does wear number 1. That is true, but that's Cam Ward.
Did he play for? He played for the Oilers.
That's right. It could have been, but
is that what they're going for?
What, the Oilers colors?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Now I like that uniform.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when you actually see it on, like I think it looks pretty sharp.
Are they going to wear that?
Yeah, that's the new uniforms that's coming.
Okay. The only thing is there's no dark blue, and with the 2-tone blue,
they've gotten the 2-tone blue is going away. Like there'll probably be some navy, like in some alternate uniforms or something. But
you can't get rid of the 2-tone blue.
2-tone blue's gone.
Really?
Yeah.
So the home jerseys are going to be the light blue?
It's going to be the light, the love you blue as they call it, the Houston blue and like white, and then they're going to they're really going to start using the red.
Could they not just integrate this and keep the 2-tone blue? But
where are you supposed to put the other tone of blue at?
Maybe another stripe on the shoulder.
No, that'd look gross.
Maybe a little accent on the helmet.
I've gotten to the point where I just like our original uniforms. Like not the original Oilers uniforms, but just like the
original Titans ones.
I mean, to me, the Titans are the 2-tone blue is the Titans.
I hear you.
You can't get rid of the dark blue.
I would imagine they keep the navy in some things, but this is what the home uniforms.
Look how good that behind you.
I agree. I like that. But people used to make fun of that too. People just, again, the Titans just get kind of made fun of. But I like that too. I like that look. But I do think that looks sharp.
I think they should do everything, like keep it all.
But what about the logo up here? What do you think? Do it all?
Well, I like that, but
the logo doesn't look bad on the helmet though, right?
No, that looks good.
Yeah.
I like that uniform. I'm just saying, I don't know if I want to see that every game. Like
I concur. I concur. And I did like the two-tone blue.
I mean, the two-tone blue is the Titans. Look how cool that helmet looks with that flame.
I mean, I like the color. A lot of my Titans gear is navy. That's kind of a kick in the you-know-what.
Yeah, mine is too, my sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I'll have to get a new one. Best thing I saw this weekend was the 500. Like Bubba said, no rain, which is always a good thing. I mean, Daytona in February, that rain seems to affect the race half the time that they run it. You know, they end up having to do it Monday morning or something when nobody's watching. It was a very fun last lap, very chaotic, very good, solid NASCAR race.
I was enthralled by golf all weekend. I was moved to tears on the toilet Sunday morning.
I don't think that was tears.
I was moved to crying watching the Anthony Kim story because I was asleep when it happened. But Sam, is it fair to say that's the best thing that Liv has ever produced?
Oh, easily. By far. By like a mile.
Who's Liv?
The Liv Tour.
It's probably the
LIV.
only thing they've actually ever produced.
Huh?
It's probably the only thing they've ever produced.
Well, it's funny, or maybe ironic, that if they had just played a 54-hole tournament, that wouldn't have happened. But the fact they have moved to 4 rounds gave Anthony Kim is Prodigy's too strong for him, right?
No. He was tearing golf up when he was one of the next best players.
Yeah, no, I just didn't know if Prodigy was too strong because Prodigy should be used for like Tiger and maybe Scotty. But I mean, I do know he holds the record for 10 birdies in a Masters round. I mean, that's a record. 11 birdies, whatever it was. I know he was a promising prospect. I just didn't know if he never won a major, right? Like he hadn't actually broken through and done that.
Yeah,
right?
No, I mean he was just one of those it's kind of like when Spieth just came onto the scene and was just on an absolute tear.
He was going to be a really good player, but I'm just saying he wasn't Tiger.
You were betting on his potential,
right?
For sure.
Maybe that's why I was just wondering if Prodigy was too strong. But he was supposed to be up next, and then disappeared, gets hurt, drugs, everything disappears, comes back kind of out of nowhere. Last year, 2 years ago to Live, and when he gets back, sucks. Loses his tour status, his membership status on Live, which I didn't even know you could do. Had to earn his way back. And then next thing you know, he's out dueling John Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau to win this tournament. And then, like I said, I was moved to tears watching his daughter run out and his wife run out. His daughter just looked so happy. And anytime sports can give you those moments where he's talking about perseverance and, he's talking about almost killing himself, how he thought about killing himself, basically every day for like a 5-year stretch. He's like, I wanted to die.
Relatable.
Yeah, right. But then he's like, I just kept working. He found a good woman. She gave him a baby. And he says, now he just does everything for his family. And
oh, yes. Thank you. Were you actually crying?
I was moved to tears.
You were crying?
Yeah.
Because of this, Kim?
Yeah, I was.
You were crying on the toilet?
I teared up. I don't know if I'd call it a full-fledged cry. There's a difference.
Were you sniffling?
No, see no, there wasn't none of that. But I had tears in my eyes. It was beautiful. And then, yesterday I was wrapped up into the last round of
You mad you didn't bet on your guy?
I did have a bet on my guy.
Is that? Oh, you had a bet?
Oh, I had a bet on my guy.
I thought you said you didn't.
Well, I didn't on Friday. But I did start it on Saturday afternoon when I saw him come out and hit 3 birdies. I was like, you know what? It was
like Randy Johnson.
It was 45-1 at one point. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just grab this just in case. And then on Sunday, going into it, Sammy was 2 shots back and still going off at plus 550. And I said, 2 shots back of this loser, Akshay. I was like, Colin might as well be in the league because that guy's going to fall apart. So then I put more money on it. And then yesterday when it was about 3-1, and Scotty had kind of backed up. I had money on Scotty too, so I had kind of had my bases covered. If Scotty or Morikawa won, I was going to be very happy because I had Scotty at like 20-1, and then again at like 12, and again at like 7. I kept kind of putting more on Scotty yesterday, but then I needed Scotty or Morikawa, and he came through. But then that kind of got me choked up too because he was talking about how his wife had just told him this week that she was pregnant. He's like, and then he turns around and won. which I thought that was cool because he had been kind of wandering through the desert. Like he's one of my favorite golfers, if not my favorite golfer, but he'd sucked the last couple years, especially this last year.
I saw a stat that if you bet Scotty Scheffler to be top 10 in his last 18 starts, and you just started out with $10 and you rolled your profits over every single time, you'd be up almost $15,000 right
15,000?
Yeah. I might just start doing that for the rest of the year.
There was a moment on Saturday. Where he was like,
Plus like 1,900 to win or something.
Yeah, but he was like minus 270 to make the top 10. Like he was halfway through his round, but he's like minus 270 to make the top 10. I was like, this is a lock. Like he always makes it. And I almost just hammered minus 270. I was like, no, what if he has a bad day Sunday? But I didn't do it. Watching him is a joy. I know people don't necessarily like him because they say he's boring, but I like watching Scotty. You like Scotty?
I love Scotty. Yeah.
He came so close to winning yesterday. I don't know if you were like still watching at the end.
Yeah, that shot he had on 18 was crazy.
Well, that one, but just on 16 and 17, really on
3 eagles.
Huh?
I think he had 3 eagles in that Sunday round.
Yeah, he did, but he had 3 bogeys that kind of messed it up, and he barely missed those shots. But then on 16 and 17, he barely missed birdie putts by like a centimeter. And on 15, on one of his bogeys, it almost drew back. It would have been like a tap-in birdie, but instead he ended up in the rough and he ends up bogeying. It was weird because I was calling him a fraud in my living room. I was like, "God damn it, Scotty, you fraud, you choker!" Because he was the gambling favorite. Like after like hole 11, I'm like, I know he's not a fraud. I know he's not a choke artist, but he was pissing me off. And then he hit one of the best shots ever to have like a tap-in eagle.
I'm betting on someone like that for golf where his odds are so short. It's like you're just expecting perfection all the time.
Yeah, no, I know. Like I said, he shot 9 under or whatever it was, but I still was like, he left like 4 strokes on the course. But I was enthralled by that yesterday. I enjoyed it. Last call on the other side. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. We're excited to continue our free stump grinding promotion with Fan Run Radio this year through March 31st. If you've got problem trees in your yard, give us a call and we'll come out and cut them down and grind the stumps for free when you mention you heard us right here on Fan Run Radio. Take it from Russ. We'll treat you right at ECR Total Landscapes.
That's right, Evan. I had the ECR team out to Stately Smith Manor last year, and they took down a bunch of trees for me and grinded the stumps for free. Now I don't have to worry about those trees falling on my house, and my yard looks much better. Do what I did. Call ECR Total Landscapes.
Thanks, Russ. Call us today and we'll come out and give you a free estimate. Our number is 865-384-2012. And our website is ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Hey, Knoxville. Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
When talking about what helped him, said he added 10 pounds of fat. Said he added 10 pounds of fat and started watching swing videos on YouTube on how to fix a swing. I was so mad sitting there. I had a lot of money on Morikawa. I needed him to win, and watching Jacob Bridgman get down in the damn ocean trying to find his ball.
Colin was so pissed waiting there for that long.
I was too. I was like, just let him play through. Just take your 8 and move on.
It was a hell of a bogey from that guy.
It was, and it on one hand cost him a couple $100,000, but on the other hand, it saved him a bunch of money being able just to get a bogey. But I was so mad. I was like, "Can you please just move? Get out of the way." And then the hot mic caught Colin saying 30 minutes later after he hit his shot, Anything big going on tonight? Any big college basketball that we need to have on our radar on Monday night? Still no NBA basketball as the All-Star break's ending up. Any top 25 matchups tonight? Duke's hosting Syracuse. Houston at Iowa State. Okay, that's a big one. Houston going to Iowa State. Only 2.5 point spread there. All right, that'll be fun.
Houston's got a brutal stretch here. They go at Iowa State, home against Arizona, at Kansas. Their next 3.
That'll be good. So, I mean, like, yeah, the Big 12 race, I guess, getting ready to heat up here. That win, aging pretty well for Tennessee as Houston is doing their part. Like we knew they would. They are 11-1 in conference and in first place. Okay. All right. Bubba, what do we miss so far today?
Michael Jordan joins UNC teammate Brad Daughtry as the second Tar Heel to win the Daytona 500 as an owner. It's a fun little stat. We had Canada.
You know, I guess that I was wondering because I remember you telling me he loses millions of dollars each year owning a NASCAR team. But when I saw how happy he was after he won last night, assaulting that kid aside, I was like, I guess that makes sense as to why he would spend the money, like just to compete, just to scratch that itch. I mean, obviously he's rich. He wants to be a champion. He wants to compete.
Yeah, I mean, they kept showing cool photos, too, of him with, like, Richard Petty way back in the day.
Is there any chance he has that he can actually win, like, a championship?
Yeah, they were really close last year.
Okay.
With Tyler Reddick, so.
Okay. So Tyler Reddick's his best driver?
Pretty much.
He's got Bubba, too, right?
He does have Bubba, and he also has a kid named Riley Herbst.
Well, he gave Riley a shout-out for helping push him. He did give him a shout-out, which I thought was cool, for being a good teammate. And I was wondering, like, is Jordan going to give that kid a bonus for helping?
Hope not.
Like, hey, here's a couple $100,000. Way to get us this win. Good job.
Don't need it.
It'd be really cool to be a NASCAR driver and Michael Jordan be your owner, though. That would be really cool.
We had Canada curling causing some headlines with cheating allegations.
Oh, what happened?
During their contest against Sweden, they were accused of double touching. So they released it, but then they would use a finger to somehow make contact with the puck/rock, whatever you want to call it again. And then they decided to say explicit words in response. And then you know what happens.
What words?
An F word.
Do they fight?
No.
Are the Olympics still going on? Are we still invested?
I mean, we'll be invested because hockey ramps up a lot more this upcoming for this last week.
So the women are right now in the semifinals, right? The hockey against Sweden. USA's up 1-0. So that's good. If they win this, they'll at least get a silver medal. It made me mad to see that we are like kind of getting just dominated in the medal count. I know Norway just kind of invented the Winter Olympics, but for them to have 10 more medals than us just kind of makes me sick. 7 more golds.
Also, I think my boy made an appearance last night. Red Gerard.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did he get a gold?
No.
No, I don't really care then if he didn't get a gold.
Okay.
Although it does make me think like, hey, the Americans that can get a Winter Olympic gold, like they should get celebrated a lot more because we don't have many of them. The 5 people who have one so far, they should be celebrated. I don't know who they are.
I was watching the Arizona-Texas Tech game with my friend, and he kept putting the Olympics on, and I was getting angry. I said, we've got a great college basketball game here going down to the wire.
JT Toppin went crazy.
Why do I have snowboarding on my television or on your television?
I told you I went to see my mom yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And she had the speed skating on, which it was all right. But she's like, I just love watching this. I love the way this girl races. And was like all into it. So like maybe it's just for boomers. Are your friends boomers that were watching it?
Teetering on being a boomer.
Well, there you go.
Watching something like that.
I think it's crazy that like most of those people are taking like PTO to go compete in the Olympics. Like I feel like Winter Olympic people actually have day jobs kind of it where it's like the Summer Olympics or you're more thought of like major professional sports.
Yeah, but
I mean,
at the same time, alpine skiing, like Breezy Johnson won a gold medal for the women's downhill alpine skiing. What is she supposed to do the rest of the year? Like, I mean, she's got to have a different job.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
Yeah. Speed skating, Jordan Stolz won a gold medal in the men's 500. Shout out to him. Women's moguls, freestyle
That kid set
skiing.
an Olympic record, the Stolz guy.
Did he?
Yeah, so I was watching that race.
What is women's moguls? What is that?
Skiing. It's like the bumps down the down those.
Well, we got a gold in that. Shout out to Elizabeth Limley.
If you watch moguls, your knees will just explode watching it.
Is that the one where the guy won and he got flipped around backwards?
Yeah, he landed and still
Speed skating, Stolz won a 1,000-meter as well. So I guess we got the best skater in the world. So that's good. And then you have Breezy Johnson. So, all right, that's cool.
Looks like today's Wordle is roast. I know what I'm having for lunch.
Why do you do that to people?
What?
Spoil it for them?
Nobody's playing this.
A lot of people play it.
Oh, it's actually not roast, actually. I lied.
Yeah, you covered that one up. They'll never see that one coming. I just know if somebody did that to you, you'd be so mad.
That was mean.
I'm going to start coming in here in the morning with that. You better have the world done by 8 a.m. tomorrow.
It's actually roost.
You better have it done by 8 a.m. Because I'm going to tell you at 8:05.
I'm going to eat a roast.
Every day, 8:05, you're going to learn what the Wordle is. That'll do it for us. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next. No playbook, no William Patson today. He's out sick. Stay locked in on Fan Run Radio.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your app.